I would be saying good morning, but this is good evening for the very first time here at Flynn's. So, welcome everyone back to another episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. Episode 54, right?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, I'm going with 54.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
I am your host, the Silverback Centipie, and joining me across the table is my co-host Waluigi.
Oh, hi, Oni-chans. Wow, we're on 54. This is the first time in a podcast we do it on the evening.
Yes.
For this exclusive episode, it's going to be a combo breaker cast, is what I'm calling it.
And here joining us is our guests, and we're going to start off with Marvello at the very end. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Marvello. I am a fighting game player that went to Combo Breaker.
Very creative. I like that.
My name is Amidi, and I am an Undernight player that went to Combo Breaker.
I am Cherub, and I am a Strive player.
Very saucy. I like that.
It's me, your boy, whichever camera, aka Convicted of Fun. I'm the TO of South Florida. Silverback's just another TO. I'm the TO.
Respect.
That's controversial.
My go right.
Hey, he was first. Gotta give it to him.
Four face buttons, play Guilty Gear Strive. I went to Combo Breaker. I think there's a theme going on here.
Yeah, there is a theme.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right, so this episode of the podcast is going to be available on all audio hosting platforms like iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and so much more. And, of course, video playback will be available on YouTube and Facebook for later on. So we're going to go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of tonight's episode, and it is talking about Combo Breaker. Of course, me and Waluigi, we did not go, but But these five gentlemen here have attended Combo Breaker. We want to know their experience at Combo Breaker for the weekend that they went. So we're going to start off with the very first with Marvello. What were your day one impressions of Combo Breaker?
Day one, I mean, to give you like a big perspective, I've been going to tournaments since like 2010 or so I've been to like tons and tons of majors, tons and tons of tournaments, and to be honest, the whole experience of Combo Breaker, in my perspective, it was like at the very least top 3 best ran like majors like ever that I've been to. That's just my perspective.
Yeah.
The first day I got there was awesome. You check into the hotel, there was already a lot of people kind of like set up at like the lobby area, like with setups, just like playing Strive. Immediately I got to see like Hotashi playing Leffen like right there, and I got to get casual games like immediately upon checking in to the hotel. So like my first day impression, super awesome. Just running into a lot of people that I've known throughout the years, just seeing like that kind of atmosphere again, especially after like so much time, because of COVID and all that. CEO, was also like the actual first tournament, but Combo Breaker was just like another level of like entrance and attendance. So it was just like that, like even more. So first day impressions were very, very good. And if you're talking about like day one, do you mean like Friday or like Thursday night or both of those?
Oh, you could be both of those, yeah.
Thursday was like day
zero.
Thursday's day zero.
Okay, so like Friday, day one, awesome. Like I checked into the venue. There was a ton of people everywhere. Everything was like set up pretty cleanly. When you get your badge, they gave you like a booklet with like details on the event and where everything is. The signage and everything was like really, really nicely laid out. There was casual setups. They had an area just for casuals. Not many tournaments actually do this, where they actually set up an area where you could actually go play. So the fact that like Combo Breaker like did that was like awesome. Like I think that should be like a tournament standard, where like people could just go to a corner, get games, and like practice and warm up before their bracket. Like a lot of the times when I enter like a tournament, like I can't warm up, and then you kind of start playing and you're like really cold, and you're not warmed up and you're tired because you've just been waiting for like ever, so the fact that they did that was awesome. Like they were saying, like it's kind of all a blur. I don't even remember if I played like my pulls Friday, but I want to say I played my Guilty Gear pool.
Saturday, right?
Was it Saturday? No.
No?
Mm-mm.
I think you did the first part of the poll Friday, and then the rest on
exactly.
top 192.
It was Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. So Friday was awesome. I got to play in the casual area. Unfortunately, this is like, my personal experience. The casual setups were all base PS4. So when I was playing on base PS4 for like hours, and then I switched to
The PS4 Pro.
PS4 Pros, which is where the pools were running on, there was like a huge difference in like the timing and everything. So I was just like dropping combos like crazy. And then like in one of my pool matches, the person I was playing, like his stick disconnected, like at the end of like our fourth match that I was right about to win. And that was like happening to like tons of people. Like Punk, I think, like tweeted about the same thing happening
Apparently, yeah.
with like PS4 Pros just like disconnecting sticks. So a bunch of people were having issues like that. I don't blame Combo Breaker for that, because it's just like something like out of their control. You know what I'm saying? Like it's things like that could happen.
Yeah.
But that did affect me, because then I had to wait like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to play the last game, and then I ended up losing like early in pools, which sucked for me. But nonetheless, my experience was still awesome Friday. Ton of games, everybody's just hanging out. Awesome. Nothing else to say really.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Omni, what was your day one experience?
My day one experience was great. Like I'm still pretty green to all this, I'm still pretty young in the scene, and I think it's like one of the best events I've been to. I've only been to 2, so I've been to Climax of Night in Atlanta last year, right? And then I've been to now Combo Breaker, and it's totally different experience compared to what Climax put out, right? It had like a bunch of stages for a bunch of their games. It had, a bunch of setups, like a crazy amount of setups that I don't think Climax could compare to. And, the Uni players were really, like, thriving in the environment, because in the lobby, it was Uni, back to back. So everybody get their games, everybody played. It was really great time. And like you said earlier, the badge process was pretty simple and easy. I saw everybody with their masks on, which is pretty important as well. And, I just had a really, really fun time just hanging out and playing. I've never seen so many people in one room for, a video game like Strive and Tekken. Like, it's so sick to just see that like happen, I just had a really, really good time. So like I don't really have anything to compare it to, because I haven't been to any other majors. But maybe coming CEO, I'll see how that is,
All right. Turb, your day one?
Yeah, my day one, probably very similar to the others. It was a lot of casuals, especially I believe it was after like around 8 or 9 p.m. Like that's when stuff like really kicked off, because then you had access to all these PS4 Pros, not just the casual setups, and then also the crowd wasn't like entirely there like later on, and so you got to actually play against like pretty good people later on into the night. And this was definitely the third tournament I've been to, and of all of them, definitely probably the best so far, I would say, in terms of being run.
Okay. Ryan, your day one experience?
So, my day zero.
Okay. Day zero. Let's go with that.
We got to the venue, and this is a totally new venue from what we're used to for CB, where we used to be at the Pheasant Run, someplace in St. Charles, I think is what it's called. That place burned down.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
We already planned on leaving, but recently it burned down or something, or like a fire happened. So totally new venue. I walked in, and it has like a foyer. I was like, fuck, this is too nice for me.
It's really nice.
I was like, this is like the definition of bourgeois. I was like, where the fuck are we? Why are we here? This isn't really our kind of venue.
Yeah.
That said, beautiful venue. They got 2 bars. That's fucking great. So they got 2 bars. They got a normal bar, and then they have like a restaurant bar. You go up like the escalators, or you walk up the stairs that are in the foyer, and you go to like the mezzanine, and like they were saying, there's setups everywhere. Like people had been there already, so There was like table for tech and table for uni. I saw some guys playing Dragon Ball over by like the bar side, more uni. There's setups everywhere. They have like a little meeting areas, like a little sitting room, and there was setups there too. Grand Blue, everything.
Wow.
I just wanted to get my badge already and get all that staff shit out of the way. So we went over to the venue, picked up my stuff, which is like my badge, my wristband for the COVID, which they actually didn't give me the first time because all of us were so fried. Like I showed them my card and we had forgotten. Yeah, then day 0 for me, like after that, after I'd gotten food, I was helping with like, we had a line specifically for you to show us your vaccine card. I was just directing people to come because there wasn't really much set up for me to do in the main ballroom. So I was like, oh, I'll just help the reg staff because people that work reg, shout outs to them, this notoriously difficult job because people talk, and when people talk, that holds up the lines. And when people talk about stupid shit, you gotta not say stupid shit back. So shout outs to everybody. Shout out to everyone that came and followed the rules, because there's always a lot of topics about, oh, why this, why that, and like, dude, when you register for the tournament, you all agree to rules. So when you're in the presence, you should just be following the rules.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much detail I can go into as staff, but I'll say this. Setup did not go as planned. A lot of stuff got pushed back. Things took a little longer. Ballroom didn't open on the time that we wanted to just because we had some logistical issues that we were dealing with. That's why we opened, I believe, 10 a.m. instead of 9:30. Friday, ballroom opens, everyone's pouring in. I just want to highlight everything these guys are talking about. Shout outs to Big E, by the way. He's the one who provided the BYOC area. If you guys don't know Eric, Big E, he runs NEC, Summer Jam, Winter Brawl. This guy's been doing it forever. I think since like the late 90s.
Run super fun tournament.
Yeah, super fun. One of my first tournaments was NEC 16. It was a belligerently fun tournament. It was the first tournament I ever went to. That was like just a fun FTC event.
Yeah.
And no, he's great. Shout outs to him and his team. They had a whole BYOC area. They actually helped us too with running Ultra Street Fighter 4. They lent us 3 setups. So again, shout outs to Eric. It was awesome just to see how we had set up the pools area. Everything was nice and spaced out. Nothing really felt cramped, which I liked.
Yeah.
I remember stories of, I forgot which final round, probably the first SF5 final round, and obviously completely different situation, but really cramped. It's super tight. Obviously, SF5's first year, every tournament, SF5 was big, which, shout out to you guys. Strive broke 1,000 for Combo Breaker.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
That is
sick.
crazy.
That's nuts. I am so optimistic for Evo numbers. I actually can't fucking wait. Fingers crossed that it beats SF5's launch, was like 5K.
Oh my goodness.
So,
a lot of gamers.
So yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, Friday CB was good. Just dealing with this minor issues. I had one little thing I'll highlight to close out my Friday. There was this. I feel bad for this kid. So one of my jobs was I was like a floor manager. I didn't know this guy had just got knocked out of Tekken. He just got knocked out. This guy's not wearing a mask. I have to tell him to put on his mask. I'm like, hey man, could you put on your mask? He's like, what? And I'm like, I need you to put on your mask. And he scoffs at me. He starts walking away. And I'm like, is this fucking guy actually avoiding this? What the hell are you doing? So I'm following him, I'm trailing him, following him. I'm going across the whole ballroom, across the Grand Blue area. I'm like, dude, where are you this guy going?
Yeah.
Is he dodging me? Because if he just stops me in the ballroom, I have to do something about this. He just storms out of the ballroom. He actually just goes out one of the doors that you're not supposed to go to. Literally the most dramatic thing. He's gone. One of the guys from the second pool was following me. Hey man, sorry, I fixed my mask. I was like, oh, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, that guy got knocked out, so he's probably just really salty. And it made sense. He was on the verge of tears when I told him that. So I was like, fuck. I felt bad to come at it like that. I didn't know what happened.
Man, that happens.
Yeah.
No, it does, man.
Gamers go to tournaments.
It does, man. It does.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Hate to see it.
But I would have loved to see it in person. Warface, what was your day 1 experience, especially since it's your first major?
Yeah, similar to Omni. I've never been to a major like this before. Very similar kind of experience in the sense that I couldn't even imagine what it was like to be in a building with so many other people. I mean, 1,000 for Strive alone, but how many people in total? Like 3,000 people, it felt like.
Good amount.
I think it was like 3 or 4 kids.
Crazy. So many people in the same building, all there just to play video games. I don't know how to explain it. It kind of felt like I was somewhere that I kind of belonged, so to speak.
Absolutely.
It was a very good feeling. Kind of one of those things like, I've always wanted to go to E3, so to speak. I've always wanted to go to Tokyo Game Show for that kind of reason. It's like, this is the kind of thing that I want to be a part of, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Combo Breaker is the first of anything I've ever been like that, and I can't put it into words. It was an amazing experience. Something you were saying, Marvello, that they had a space dedicated just for casuals. I figure that's how it always is. I can't imagine it being otherwise.
Right.
It's being Illuminati.
I would like to highlight that CB's one of the main tournaments that does that. Yep.
That's awesome, dude.
Great.
And I think I forget who was saying, but like I think you were saying like it doesn't feel cramped.
Yes.
There's a good amount of space to walk around. When I went in there initially, I thought, man, there's a lot of empty space. Why aren't there more tables? Why aren't there more stations? But the longer I'm there, I'm like, it's so easy to just walk around.
Yeah.
I think that that helps so much. That's such a big deal. Day one experience when I was first there, just long as hell lines. So long getting into the venue, but I was surprised they got everyone in pretty quickly, pretty smoothly. I didn't have any complaints. The way it was initially when we're in the venue, everyone was trying to stay indoors because it was raining outside. So they like snake the line for a while. And then eventually someone comes in and is like, hey, we gotta get everyone outside because we need to keep this line straight. We make sure everyone's going in. So I'm out there in the rain for like half an hour, maybe an hour, but I'm fine. It's not a big deal. So I guess what I'm getting at is you'd figure I'd have more to complain about, but no, they did everything really well. They got everything moving smoothly, and it was cool. I was a huge nervous wreck the whole basically month leading up to Combo Breaker. So I'm like, I want to do well. I don't want to do poorly. I'm trying to do my best. And I'm so glad that I got my entire run done on the first day. Because from then I could just chill out and relax.
Yep.
Get those games, the grind.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I did-
everyone could spot Dave from a mile away throughout the whole
absolutely.
trip.
Yeah, with the hat. Yeah.
It was like they got like
believe
that picture where Dave is like with the other May player.
Yes.
playing
Yes.
That is one of the hardest pictures I've ever seen.
Yeah, amazing. It like went trending.
That has to be an album cover.
Yeah, so easy to find Dave the entire weekend.
And I'm sure you guys know about the two Soto brothers.
Oh yeah.
I was so lucky that I just by coincidence got the same flight as them.
Oh nice.
So just by chatting with them, leaving from Florida to Chicago, that helped like calm me down so much.
Oh wow.
And yeah, once I got there, just talking to people, that picture, yeah.
That picture kills me.
It's ridiculous. It's great.
There's another photo too of him.
Is there?
Yeah.
There's
my
another
God.
that I think that Combo Breaker themselves posted.
Nice.
I don't know. I got lucky. They took 2 pictures of me. It was cool.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's a cool May player, by the way. That was fun doing some sets.
We need all the May players at CEO for a big group photo.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone with their own hats.
Yes.
One may rise.
Jesus.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that was bad.
It was fantastic meeting with Riot, meeting with Yurikov. I'm like drawing a blank who else, but I know those two, like especially I met with. These people that you fight with online so much,
Crazy.
meeting them for the first time in person, it's I don't know how to put it. It's like
It was well worth the experience.
yeah, it's amazing.
It's really surreal. That happened to me with Test Your Luck, right?
Oh,
I played
yeah,
Test Your Luck online, like in
insanely good Nago player, right?
Right. We would play TNS Grand Finals and everything, and all of a sudden, like Hotachi's like, "Oh, that's Test Your Luck." I was like, "Test Your Luck." Oh, that's Marvella. He was like, "That's Marvella." It was like a crazy moment. Yeah.
Everything
we
adds
played
up.
so much online. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, cool. Very cool guy. Yeah,
Hey.
Yurikov too. We met in person.
Yeah.
Like a ton of people.
Nice.
I saw Pluto for the first time in person. I didn't really speak to him, but I saw Pluto for the first time in person. I saw Kizzy K for the first time just walking past. I'm like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Lord Knight. Yeah, I don't want to have it come off like, oh, I'm seeing a celebrity. Oh, but I guess that's kind of how it comes off. Like seeing this guy in person, like, oh, he's so good, and like I watch the stuff he does. It's just cool. It's such a cool experience. It makes me want to go again, and hopefully this time walk up to at least someone and be like, hey, are you available for games? Because I did not get enough. I did casual sets with like nobodies, so to speak. Like I don't know who you are, you don't know who I am,
Yeah.
But actually, so I was talking to that MA player, and that person's like, oh, I'm actually subscribed to you on YouTube. I'm like,
Let's go, FFD.
like why?
Damn, that's
Why though?
God, what?
Like why? That's all right. But no, yeah, like I played a bunch with like nobodies, and they were all like great to have conversations with. There's this one Biken player. They're like, oh, I'm having a really hard time against Biken, and I do like 0-7 against them. And then little by little, I start bringing them back. And I think it ended up being like 21-18 in my favor. And I'm like, oh, I think I'm like getting a lot better. And he's like, yeah, you are. I can really see like, you're starting to adapt against me and stuff.
Yeah, you
I want
power
more of
level
that.
like crazy in tournaments.
What was that? I'm
You
sorry.
power level like crazy when you go to majors. Like it's insane.
think so, yeah.
Like in my opinion, you
No,
always get better.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
It made me look back on like all the stupid things that I've been doing in the game, and like, no, I can't keep doing that. I got to do better. Maybe I'm like getting into my own head, but we'll see next week. Hopefully, I'll do better at the Flynn's tournament.
I'll see you there.
It's hard to say with the
Oh my
past.
God.
See
you're
you
going?
guys there.
See you there.
If Omni's going, maybe I won't go. Omni's too scary.
Nah. Well,
Yeah, I'll stop ranting. Go ahead.
no, it's actually good. Like, it's good hearing everyone's first day experiences because, as me and Waluigi, we always say on our podcast, like, we could ask everyone, all our guests, the same question. We're always going to get like a very different response because everyone has like a different, unique experience that's just them, and it's just so great to hear about it because I've always wanted to showcase and highlight people, gamers, people who play games. Like, we never get to hear their stories. It's usually put off to very selected groups or whatnot. You never hear about them. So doing this podcast that I'm getting
That we've done for the past couple of years,
Thank
we
you.
get to hear people open up and talk about what made gaming their special place or what impact they've brought with other people.
yeah.
It's just such a unique experience because it's a very open-ended question. What got you into gaming or what got you into the FGC and such? It's beautiful what everyone has to say.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's cool.
Even for me and Waluigi, our first time going to CEO for our first major or whatnot, like, I had a much different experience. Even though we were together, it's just like both of our experiences were like
we did two
different but
different things.
similar. But it was just like, after that, I was like, I want to go to more majors because this is where you literally need to be at. Like, if you're into fighting games and you want to get good and you want to get to meet other people, go to your locals and then make that effort to actually go to a major because that's where it's at. That's where you get the full experience.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like, going to a major, nothing else compares.
Oh yeah,
Agreed.
definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about y'all day 2. So we're gonna start off with Marvello, your day 2.
All right. So then day 2. Damn. Let me remember. It's such a haze. But I think day 2, we all got up and like when I play in tournament, I don't want to eat a lot. Like especially like before I play, I could barely eat. Like I could try to eat, but I'm just like kind
is
of
it like
the
you
nerves
get
and the-
nervous?
It's kind of like I'm not really that nervous, but it's like kind of like an anxious feeling I get. Like I'm excited to play
I
already.
think I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
You get excited to go to a place and you don't want to eat anything too much.
Right.
And because you're
I
not sure what's
really
gonna,
can't. I'm just like so wired
and you're
up.
not sure what's going to happen.
Right. And so, I always just get coffee and I got like I couldn't even eat the whole croissant, but I ate like half a croissant. And then I just went and I played casuals until like semis. I ended up going to like the Start GG area, which had like a PS4
Yeah,
Pro.
yeah.
Turb ended up showing me, and they gave you like prizes for like getting like a win streak. And I ended up getting like all the prizes. I got like a hoodie. I had like a shirt.
Oh yeah.
Everything. I was like, all right, cool. And then once I got the hoodie, then I took a break. That was the final prize. Like 10 sets straight or something like that.
Oh.
And then I played in the semis, and like, unfortunately, my first opponent was SQ, who's like potentially the best RAM in America.
What?
Yeah, and the matches were really close. It was a competitive set, but SQ ended up taking it. RAM, you make one mistake against RAM and it's over. Like, she made, like, I felt like I was winning almost every set, and she was down to like 5% health, and somehow I got back thrown into the corner one set, and she ended up coming back completely and killing my character like in one combo.
Holy smokes.
And then, like, that kept happening. Like, literally, I was about to win the set, and then she made another comeback. I was about to win the set, and then another comeback. And she ended up taking it, and then that was it for my Strive journey. My Marvel journey, I debated kind of entering it, but, I decided not to play in Marvel 3. Number one, I'm not, I haven't been practicing it whatsoever. So I'm, like, super, super rusty at it. A lot of people were coming up to me, oh, you could have made top 8. You could have made top 8. You should have entered or whatever. But, like, I wanted to try, because I always enter. This is the first time I didn't enter.
Oh.
But I wanted to try what would happen if I just fully focused on Strive. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to just fully focus on Strive. I switched to Hitbox, so I didn't even have my stick to play, like, Marvel 3. Oh. So it was just, like, so many, like, reasons to, like, not play it. And so I just decided to focus on Strive. And, after losing to SQ, it was like, okay, fine. I'm done with the tournament. I'm salty. Whatever. Let me just play as many casuals as I can and look for all the top players to play. So I ended up playing Leffen in like 5 sets. I played Shine. I played Super Noon. I played, like, literally, I was just, like, playing as many people as I could. Test your mind, test your luck. Tons of people, and all the sets I played were like pretty competitive, so I felt like good about like the way I was playing. That was kind of my day 2. It was just kind of like begrudgingly, like, I lost in pool in semis sooner than I wanted, but bracket luck like that kind of happens sometimes. My day 2 was still amazing. Like I said, like, I love majors. This is probably, like, it's Dave's first. It's like his second. Ryan, he's been to quite a lot at this.
He lost count.
This is me working my 5th combo breaker. So.
5th combo, yeah. So we've been to a lot of majors. Like, I've been to, the one year I went to like 17. You know what I mean? So, like,
what?
Yeah, like 17 tournaments. Like every other weekend I was like on a plane, and so. I've lost count to how many I've been to, and this was just like such a good experience. It was such a good tournament. They had a 24-hour venue. I don't know if we brought that up.
No.
Where, we would go get, we would go play, Blaze Green and go get drinks, and then come back at 3 a.m, and people were still playing.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? And
24-hour venues crack.
It's actually awesome. So we got to play an insane amount of Guilty Gear, talk a lot of shit, and like he was saying, it's fun to be connected to like a community of people that are interested and care about a similar thing. You know what I'm saying? That are just as passionate about gaming and about being competitive. Fighting games to me are like a crazy, awesome, competitive outlet. Because a lot of us, if you didn't have a competitive sense of self, you probably wouldn't enter tournaments, right?
No.
Yeah.
Everybody that enters the tournaments is competitive to like a certain degree.
Yeah.
Right? So through that, there comes like an innate passion. And the passion, that you feel from everyone at the majors is kind of crazy because everybody's trying to outdo each other and everything. So it's a lot of fun. You feel like really connected to a community. Everybody's like, awesome with each other. And yeah, my day 2 was just tons of fun. I was sad that I lost, but I was having such a good time that I didn't really care, So yeah, that was it.
All right.
Very nice. Great day two.
Omni's day two.
My day two was a bit differently. I got out of the pools for Strive and Uni, so I made top 32 winner side for Uni, which is like a big goal of mine that I think I achieved.
Good shit.
I wanted top 16, but I wasn't able to get it all the way. I lost at 17th, unfortunately, so I was pretty salty about that. And then Strive pools, unfortunately, like for the rest of the Strive pools, I DQ'd out of it because I was way too hungry. I needed food in my body, and like the schedule wasn't working, and I just had to DQ. And that's kind of one of my regrets about this tournament. Was I didn't get to play as much Strive as I wanted to, but I at least got to play my favorite game as much as I could possibly can, right?
Oh yeah.
And then also I heard like yelling at the other side of the venue, so I was like, I wonder what's going on there. And it's the Tekken guys. Those Tekken guys are so passionate about their game. It kind of makes me want to jump into it. It's they're like yelling. 10 to 10v10 was going on, and it's just such a great vibe. And then I think after like all the games like were done, I just got drunk. I forgot what happened. Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to drunk, how drunk are we talking?
Like 8 maybe.
Oh God.
Yeah, I was pretty messed up.
Oh, yeah.
And then what else? I think that was it for day 2 for me. I was knocked out after that. Yeah.
Derp.
Go ahead, Turb.
Yeah, my day 2. Yeah, just generally eating light. That was when my Strive pool started around 12. And well, my Strive pools they went pretty well. Made it out on winner's side for the first time. So
Nice. That's huge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although, same thing as Frosty's actually. Immediately out of pools, just kind of lost. But to be fair, I went straight out winners. Had to play against Super Noon, and but the person I played in losers, I definitely think with more practice I would have made it further. But still got 65th, which was I was very happy about. Otherwise, I wish I kind of played against more like top players. I didn't actually get like as many opportunities as I wanted to. For some reason, I got a lot of. There were so many Potemkin players. There's so many. I got so many mirror matches just in casuals, just coincidentally. I never
Turned them down.
Yeah, I don't think never went negative against any of the Potemkins I played.
Good.
But yeah, they it was definitely a lot of fun on day 2. I mean, I got everything done on day 2. Luckily, I didn't have to play on Friday, anything like that. Yeah, I just straight played and played super late, as late as I could. I think I got pretty fucked up, and I had to go to bed later that night.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't hold back the big news.
Oh, what?
Who did you beat in
Who did you beat, Turb?
winners final?
Build a T.
I beat Pluto 3-0 at
Let's
Winners
go.
Finals.
Oh
Right.
shit.
Yeah, Pluto.
Damn
He's,
straight.
Arguably like the best May in NA right now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Damn. So you,
3-0.
so he busted out. Good
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Pluto still ended up making top 8 at Combo Breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
but
think he ended up at
he en-
7th.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got
but he
7th
ended
place.
it in losers. He got into losers early because of Turb.
Yeah.
Yep.
We take
Good.
We take those.
Yes.
You made him work that
Good
much harder.
accomplishment.
Seriously, that's a big deal.
Actually, I looked back at the bracket and I saw I was like, maybe I should have lost to Pluto because the looked a little nice. Actually, I don't know.
It'd be like that.
You know?
Bracket luck is a skill, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bracket luck is a skill.
Yeah.
Ryan, what was your day 2 like?
Trying to remember. There's so much shit that happened on day 2. Okay, so day 2, I formally meet DJ Vest and Jaco Man, who are these two guys who've been running online SF4 events for I don't know how long. All I know is they're the guys that signed up to run the SF4 side tournament. So I kind of enacted myself as their like liaison, just make sure that things go good because that's the game I fucking love, and I wasn't running it this year, and I wanted to be sure that it went well.
Yeah.
So we met told them that we would have to discuss like system issues, whatever. Then throughout the day, there was this. Oh my God, there was this guy in KOF. I'm there like. One of my jobs is to live update brackets. So I'm there like doing some guys like brackets, and this guy's like, "Oh, why am I DQ'd?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" My name's my attack is Ghost. And I'm like looking at the paper. I'm like, I mean, you weren't here, man, or maybe you didn't hear this guy. No, I've been here, but for some reason I'm DQ'd. And he has his phone in his hand, and I'm like, "Do you want to show me?" So I assume he just has like Start GG open. It says he's DQ'd there on Start GG. But I'm like, I haven't even gotten to that part of my paper. I'm like, what? Okay. So then I'm like, I look at his phone. It's a different pool at the same time.
Oh.
The same wave. So I'm like, give me a moment. So I walk over to the pool that's on his phone. I talk to the guy, and I'm like, yo, why is this guy DQ'd? Oh, because he wasn't here. I'm like, but he's been here the whole time. You never called him. It turns out in that same wave, there were 2 separate pools, each with a player named Ghost.
Figures.
And the way that we differentiate them on the paper is we write their full name next to it. His name was like Abernathy something. So I like volunteers are godsend. I appreciate them. You know, sometimes you just want to fucking. So I take him off to the side for a second. I'm like, "Did you call his full name?" Like, "Yeah, I did." I'm like, "You said Ghost Abernathy." No, and I'm like. So luckily, like his name had been through like DQville. He's been everywhere. Just riding the wave, and I'm like, run it back from here. Okay, just bring him back. So I saved that guy's life. I saved one of his lives.
Nice.
Later in the day, I'm there at the table because like everything's chilling. I'm playing Master Duel on my fucking iPad. I'm just bulling around. Some guy walks up to me. Oh, who here at the desk knows about like the brackets and stuff? I'm like, I know about the brackets. What's up, man? You know? And he's like, can you just please read this tweet? And I'm here thinking like, is he trying to share like a concern with me? And he tweeted out his experience that he signed up for Strive and Smash. They were both at the same time. He told his Strive runner, I'm going to go play Smash. And the Strive runner, when he got back, he had been DQ'd. And I was like, fuck, this is my area of expertise. I really love to handle these specific things. Is like, it fucking kills me when someone has like a bad tournament experience. Like, that shit sucks.
Yeah.
I never want anyone to leave an event I work with a bad experience that could have been fixed.
Yeah.
Or maybe helped.
I'm the same way.
So I stop whatever I'm doing. I folded out of that fucking Master Duel game. I'm running over to that pool, and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Oh, he's here doing brackets, whatever. And I'm like, oh, this guy told you that he was gonna go play. Yeah, no. So I was gonna wait, but you know, he was taking forever. So I decided to DQ him. And
what?
I asked him, did you go to staff meeting? I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to shit on any of these volunteers. Just know that if you randomly watch this, you're never going to volunteer at this event again. I asked him, did you attend the staff meeting? Pretty sure I saw. Yeah. It's like, did you remember how the game leads are the ones who authorized you to do the DQs? Well, yeah, but like he was really holding up like my bracket, and my lead like wasn't anywhere around. So you know, it's like whatever. It's not a big deal. And I'm like, it is a big deal, man. Like, he's playing something else. He's here to play. You're here to facilitate that. Like, don't do that again. So I'm looking at his thing, and the match where he got DQ'd out of winners, they were 3 games deep.
Oh.
3 games deep.
Oh man.
He'd been sitting somewhere in losers, and I made probably, I'm not even being like hyperbolic when I say this, probably the toughest fucking call of my life. I told the 2 guys playing on that line, I was like, stop your game. I explained to them the situation, and I tell them, guys, there's this big mistake. Keep the score in mind. Just remember that, but this match is done for now. If this guy loses his game, You can continue here as normal. Everything's going to be the same as it was. If he wins, you guys have to replay games. Obviously, one of the guys was really pissed about it, but I'm like, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm trying to focus on this guy because, like, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
He
You
told
didn't
this
even get a
guy,
chance.
I'm going to go play this game. Like, he has to wait.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I was fucking livid at this runner.
Crap.
So I tell the pool runner, this is what's going to happen. Tell him that you're going to replay this guy. He's going to start in his position in winners. Okay? If he loses, everything's fine.
Yeah.
But he's going to keep playing in losers. You do not DQ him unless you find me or the lead. Do you understand? And I hate to talk down to people, but
That sounds frustrating.
Yeah, you gotta do what you
it's
gotta
really
do.
irritating when, like, you shouldn't do that. And it reminded me of, like, when, like, the whole thing happened at NXT and Tom kind of blew it up and he talked about power tripping. I hate power tripping. There are volunteers that power trip. They love the idea of, oh, if you're not here, man, I'm going to DQ. And, like, no, you shouldn't want to DQ people.
Yeah.
No.
You're there to help these guys get through their fucking bracket. It is not a goal to send as many people out. Like,
No.
That's just cold.
You want to create a positive experience.
you want to create a positive experience. Luckily for this guy, I saved both his fucking lives, and he still got to play Smash.
Nice.
So lucky there, but like I said, that one guy, never running any bracket of ours again. Funny little tidbit and a sneak preview to day 3 when we're giving out the medals for the staff that did a good job. He didn't get one. So good. I was fucking mad if he got one.
Good.
But anyway, so continuing from day 2, after that, nothing excessive. You guys know, cakes and dress, OGTO, head TO for Evo, been around the scene for 1,008 years. He made it out of his KOF pool on the loser side, so we were fucking stoked for him. And I was like, I'll run your pool for you. So I'm there running his pool. We're right at the edge. We're like right by like the main screen. The Tekken character auction's like about to start. I'm there like, man, I'd love to play in Tekken, but like, there's so many, there's like 40 characters. Probably not gonna pick mine out of that. Because the way the Combo Breaker is known for the character auctions. The way a character auction works is, let's say if they're running a Marvel auction, actually.
Oh,
The Marvel
so
auction
fun.
is team combinations. And, you know, they'll pull the team out of the hat, and then people, like, bid on the team, $5 increments. So Tekken auction's going on. I'm there, like, running the pool, just doing my thing, whatever. I'm watching some fucking finesse-ass KOF play. And then I hear them call Asuka. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like trying to find some, yo, did you fucking watch this for me, bro? I'm running over there, and I'm like 40. Some guy's like going at me, 50. He comes back 55. I'm like 60. Nobody was contesting it. And I was like, I got it. I was like, yes, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I was so stoked, and I was like, I have to go find a stick now. Because I didn't bring my stick. So I find my buddy, No Good Citizen. He lets me use his stick. I run over to the Tekken area, and I'm practicing it for 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck me, I'm gonna get fucking washed. I don't play Tekken. Tekken's like a casual game for me.
Okay.
I just really wanted to push buttons and something, because like, this is the first Combo Breaker I don't compete in because I moved on stuff too late. So they couldn't put me in SF5 or anything. So I was like, I just want to play something. I literally just want to play anything.
Yeah.
So I'm there practicing my shit, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I get on stage. I have intense stage fright, by the way. The first time I was ever on stream was
Oh, God.
SoCal Regionals 2016. I played this fucking, I was gonna say, this garbage-ass Ken, bro. It's terrible. But I was equally as garbage, if not worse, you know? Like, I fumbled the fucking bag. Big time. But the big thing for that was, for me, it was a big deal for me because I've never been on stream. I've never been on stage. It's fucking terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Shout out to this man, by the way. He's probably been on multiple stages. He's probably used to it, you know? But several of us who've never been on that, it's fucking...
It's brutal.
It's brutal. But it was chilling. It was cool. He beats me the first 2 games. I fucking perfected his ass the 3rd game, and then he fucking obliterated me the 4th game. And yeah, I lost my first game, but it's all good. It's all good. I had my fun. I got to play in the Tekken 7 auction. They ended up finishing running the KOF pool and just got knocked out. So sad boys, but whatever. It is what it is. Well, the best of the best were there, so it's a fucking crowd. The SF5 Midwest versus West Coast was starting to happen.
Oh.
That had been happening. So I got in. I got in there, and I was trying to see if anyone like wanted to wanted to side bet, but I guess the area I was in, like, everyone's just being a bitch. So I was like, and I'm mad because I was literally right there. I had $300 in my hand. I was like,
Oh.
I'm ready to fucking put down money. I would have made fucking bank. I was ready to bet it all on the fucking Midwest. But
Oh my God.
it was lit. It was dope. I love SF5. It's been a while since I've been hyped for a fucking exhibition, so to see it in person was
Who
great.
ended up winning?
The Midwest. Just a
Is
kid.
that-
Just
is
a
that,
kid. Fucking
Rob?
Rob. Brian. Shout out to
wow.
Brian.
West now.
Yeah, well, he's in Texas now, but they claim him Midwest because he was there for 5 years, you know? Rob, Brian, Just a Kid, Magnegro, and Joey, who's the Mika player, Mojo. And it was a really, I forgot the West Coast team. Filipino Man, Flaquito, Chrissy CH, who was playing Luke, and oh man, that shit was nuts. Every time he was on screen, people were like, fucking, you play Luke, because they're just like saying like he's not good enough because he has to play fucking Luke.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I mean, which is
He's that good.
I mean,
Luke is
like,
that good.
yeah, Luke is OD.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I was kind of sad to see him play Luke because I like his Sakura. His Sakura's really good. But I mean, it's understandable. Like Marv knows if you want to win, you play to win. So play fucking Luke. Oh my god, I forgot. Stupendous is a Geef player, stupidly good Geef player. I think he still works at Blizzard, and I forgot who the other West Coast player was. But the set was nuts. They did. I forgot what the format's called, but it's pretty much like one set.
Oh,
like
Waseda?
every character, it's Waseda, but it's 2 sets. So so you have 2 lives.
Okay.
So Midwest was getting fucking washed. I was like, oh my god, this is awful. But I was still ready. One, I'm a big Brian fan, enjoyer. Anyone from Miami, I will fucking bet on you. I don't care if you're gonna lose. I bet with my heart. This is why I lose a lot of money. But I do it anyway because I believe in the fucking squad. That and also I know more of the Midwest people. I'm friends with a bunch of them, so I was like, okay. They were getting washed. Just a Kid plays Jury. Jury's not good. Jury's not good. But somehow he OCV'd them for one whole set of their lives and fucking ran it back the entire way and won. Rob didn't even have to play his last life. The Midwest had 2 lives, and they ran back an entire set of lives.
That's what was happening.
Oh,
I was on one of the stages.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember seeing that.
It was fucking nuts, dude. Oh my god.
I was like, who is this Jordan
Like-
player just popping off every 5 minutes?
Dude, Just a Kid became just a fucking man. Like, he fucking popped off. Like, we were walking out as the last game was starting, so I watched it on, like, my phone. Where they're in the room, I fucking screamed, like, let's fucking go! I was so fucking hyped. I was so fucking
That sounds sick, yeah.
It was fucking great.
So you were a superhero Tio, and you were super spectating.
Yes,
Dope
yes.
A super
And-
gambler.
And that's like kind of one of the cool things about CB. I always try to tell people this. It's some of you guys may remember when I talk about the big 3 here in like North America: Evo, CEO, Combo Breaker. You go to CEO for the show. Loud, it's rambunctious, got a lot of personality, a lot of attitude. Evo is the big stage, it's the Super Bowl.
The prestige.
It's the World Finals.
WrestleMania.
It is the big one. And then Combo Breaker is the celebration. I believe Combo Breaker is like a celebration of the genre, of the culture that we've cultivated over the past, I guess now it's like 3 fucking decades of fighting games. You know, Bloody Roar was there.
Yeah.
It was?
A lot of
Yeah.
the unique side tournaments, like them Fighting Hearts people came to do that. I think it was their first live tournament. That's fucking awesome. They've been doing their online circuit, Great Stampede, forever now. Uni people pulled up. I think there was a Melty side bracket. Like it's a place where everyone can just come together and play their favorite game, and it's like awesome. It's exciting. It's fucking fun, and like none of you guys went into the retro room probably. There was an entire retro room, by the way.
Yeah, I
Oh, I
checked
saw that.
Where
yeah.
they had on the main stage their VSAV exhibition and TMNT Cross Justice League. I'd never heard of it. You can probably download it for free. Maybe you can
What kind of niche
Google that.
fighting game? I
A
love
crazy
it.
ass game that actually looks really well made for a fan game. Bunch of cabinets,
I saw 3S on them.
and that's just what Combo Breaker is. That's why I always tell people, if you've never been to a fighting game event, you should go to Combo Breaker first. It's my favorite. It's
That's
the
a good
best
one.
one.
It was awesome.
It's the best one.
Yeah,
It's the best one.
It definitely. I remember CEO. There's so little casual setups. I went into the retro section just to explore because there were no setups. But at Combo Breaker, there's so many casual stuff. I was there just the entire time. I didn't even get to see the retro section.
Also, just as a quick note, the CEO that we're talking about right now, that was the one this past December. That was back at the Wyndham, which we've outgrown like so much. We're going back to Daytona this year, and I can't confirm, but I think you can expect to see casual setups this time around.
Let's go.
Much bigger venue. If you guys have never been to the Daytona Beach Center,
It'll be my first time.
crazy good venue. It's fucking
Huge.
Yeah.
huge.
Really?
It'll be my first
We
time.
used to. We're not doing it this year, but we used to partner with a DDR Storm, which is like the DDR tournament here in like the country. And yeah, they had their own room. It's just a room with like In the Groove and like DDR 2 and 3, Pump It, and yeah. That's separate from our retro room, like Jabelu.
I've always wanted to see a
Completely
dance off at a gaming tournament.
Hey man, you might see it.
Yeah,
You might
no,
see it, yeah.
dance games have really deep
CEO
culture.
has
in fighting games.
always historically been like a party tournament.
Yes.
It used to be like at
It's the
Wyndham,
big party.
and
maker.
like it's at like a resort.
Y'all better be inviting us to
there's
these
a pool,
tournaments,
there's
man.
a tiki hut in the middle.
That sounds dangerous.
Everybody's going from like hotel room to hotel room, you know. And
That sounds
Every
so
year, and Marvella can attest, every
Yeah.
year at the Wyndham, the pool party would get canceled because something happened.
yeah,
We were all going to have some kind of pool
it's
party.
crazy.
What the hell?
Every
Fun.
time. It's
I
fun.
feel like CEO like historically has always been like
That's part
tons of fun.
That's part of why I always tell people between the two CO events, CO Taku is my favorite. It's a lot more personal. It's very focused.
Yeah, and it's usually at the Wyndham.
And it's at the Wyndham, which
Yeah.
I still think is a great venue.
Great.
And like we fill it out just enough where it's still comfortable.
Yeah.
And again, like for me, there is like when we talk about like NEC Big E tournaments, that's lost on a lot of modern players who are going now to their first tournaments for the first time this year, which would be CBE, CEO, Evo.
Yeah.
The ballroom tournament, the carpeted ballroom tournament. This is a really old thing where it's just a
Classic.
fucking hotel.
That's like a thing of the past.
You
now.
got it. You rented out one of the ballroom spaces or two of them. If it was two of them, you were running like a regional size event, which at most at the time was like maybe 100 some people, 200. So yeah, like it's a carpeted ballroom. It's beautiful. We get the wrestling ring in there for the big CEO. CEO Taku, our main stage has like it looks like a living room. It's got couches, got dockies. It's awesome. It's great.
Oh
It's
my
a fun
God.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Definitely. I guess to cap my CB day 2, to close it, I tried going to the bar. The bar was so fucking packed. I had to go to the restaurant bar. Got an old fashioned with Buffalo Trace. Went back to the other bar. The motherfuckers closed at 11. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
this shit is
yeah,
weak.
that is-
I'm gonna go back to my room and sad boy drink. We had gone to like a Japanese market, so I had like shochu.
Ooh.
I had some soju. We had some Asahi, and I was like, I'm just gonna sip and just chill. And so I did that for a bit, and then that pretty much concluded my day 2.
All right.
Nice.
Four face. Your day 2.
I mean, I kind of went over the day 2 a little bit already, but I'm realizing I didn't really go over the day 1. I guess something I do want to say is definitely be cautious of the people in your pool, which I didn't give enough respect to.
It's fair. Anything can happen. at pools.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
get smoked
What happened?
if you're not careful.
Let's see.
I looked over my pool, weeks before Combo Breaker, and I was like, oh, I don't know this guy. I didn't know anyone, But then I saw this guy who was seated higher than me, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who Shinphil is, whatever. And I look up Shinphil. I look at some of his streams that he's done, and I'm like, damn, this guy's actually really good. I need to be careful for this guy. And then I actually start doing the tournament, and before Shinphil, I fight this guy named Horse, who I don't even know who this is. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
And he's playing Anji, and I'm like, okay. Like, I'm not 100% comfortable with Anji, but I should be able to do this. That was the hardest fight that I had in a while. I'm like, holy hell. And I end up losing 2-3, and I felt really bad because I'm like, if I couldn't beat this guy, obviously I didn't stand a chance against Shinphil. There's no hope. Horse ends up beating Shinphil 3-1. So I was like, wow.
Man,
Wow.
Go horse.
So this guy is
Underdog.
like,
Yeah, I remember him from Frosties.
oh, really?
Horses.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He's a big black guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plays Anji. He also plays another character. He plays 2 characters.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, but Anji's like his main. Yeah, but
Oh.
really good player. Really?
And it made me feel like, which I shouldn't have, but it made me feel slightly demotivated because Horse had like a little crew with him. He had like 2 or 3 friends, and like,
He had his fucking cheer squad.
And I'm like, oh
That
man.
happened at my place too for Strime. It was like a 3-2 game, and like I won in the end, but he had like his whole squad. He's foreign too, so they're speaking like I think Creole,
Yeah.
perhaps. And have Sukiyoni, Greg, to the left of me,
Great guy.
saying, "Millions cheap." Like, oh, you're supposed to be cheating for me. But I ended up winning the set. Luckily, it was like a shit.
accurate.
So, yeah, it's pretty funny.
I wish my opponents had agreed, man. Oh.
But to that guy's squad's credit, at least one of them was also like saying good stuff when I was doing something.
Nice.
He's like, oh wow, I didn't expect May to do that. Oh, really nice. And I was
Yeah, everybody's so friendly at the tournament.
like, absolutely, yeah.
Right.
I
Sounds like
didn't
money
really
match
have a
that
negative experience.
I tried.
I didn't really have any experience of someone like being an asshole or anything, you know?
Yeah.
Like super friendly, super approachable. Just walk up to anyone, have a conversation. What's going on? Oh man, I forget who right now, but I did a really long set against someone in the casual section. And I knew I was there for a long time, but I wasn't really thinking about it until someone walked up to me. He's like, hey, is it okay if we got next? And I'm like, I've been here for so long. Yeah, let me finish this match, then I'm getting out of here, you know? It's so easy to just walk up
Yeah.
to someone and be...
Yeah.
A big part of it has to do with, like, we're all here to play games, you know?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, you want to do a match? All right, let's go. Easy icebreaker.
Right.
And immediately you're doing a conversation. And yeah, so after I lost a horse, I kept going through my pool, kept doing well. Managed to beat Yurikov, which I didn't expect. That was amazing.
Crazy.
Nice.
You did? I didn't even know that. You
Yeah.
did in tournament?
What was that?
In tournament?
Yeah, in tournament.
Nice.
Nice.
What was the score?
It was I don't recall. It's either 3-1 or 3-2. I
Body.
don't
Nice.
recall off the top of my head,
Yeah,
but
he was
something
ready
like that.
for May, man.
Damn.
The damage output
The sea
too
world.
high.
And
Love to see
Milia,
suffering.
low health characters, not fun, not fun. Shout outs to my brother Yurikov.
Yurikov's awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic, wonderful guy, friendliest guy I've talked to there. It was so because I've talked to him on Discord before.
Yeah.
It's-
Grappler Milia.
What was
Yeah. The Grappler Milia.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just so great, like, meeting him in person. Maybe that gave me a little bit of a high, like, oh, I can do anything. I immediately lose the next match.
Man, it'd be like that.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I also got 65th place.
Nice.
Super happy with that. I would have been satisfied to get a top 200. The
Nah.
fact that I got 65th out of 1,000 something
That's a lot of
people,
gamers.
Yeah.
that was crazy to me. And then yeah, after that, I went to sleep kind of early, and then I went back the next day, and I decided I had plans already with friends and family in Chicago, so I wasn't going to be able to be there for day 3. So all of day 2, I'm just like, let me stay up as late as I can, let me play as much as I can. And yeah, like I said earlier, it was great meeting people, like nobodies, so to speak. But immediate icebreaker. Hey, you want to play a game? Yeah, let's go. It
was fun.
was a great experience. It was a great time. It's also it's kind of a weird it's a weird feeling when you're there during tournament and it's so packed, but then after midnight, I don't want to say it's empty, but like there are several empty stations.
Yeah.
There's just like a couple people here and there playing their game, and you can easily walk up anywhere and just walk up to a station. If there's someone there already, hey, let's play a game. If there's no one there, you're gonna be the one there, wait for someone else. It's cool. It kind of makes you feel like you own the place, and you just walk up and like, yeah, this is my game. I'm gonna play, and it like gives you that feeling like you belong.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
During day 2, we also took that group picture, right?
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Oh,
about
I forgot
that.
about that.
Yeah.
Was a great.
I forgot about that.
all Florida players. This massive
Yeah.
group
Yeah,
picture.
That's so cool.
That was so awesome. Yeah.
We doing that for CEO, right?
Oh, we better. I
we
hope
better.
I wasn't planning on it, but I can get that going. Yeah.
Hell
I know,
yeah.
like 2 or 3 of the photographers who are going, so
I'll cosplay if I have to.
I will drop a thing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need a bigger place than because everyone's gonna go to CEO.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As long as it's not Flanagan's, I'm cool.
No, we're not gonna go to Flanders.
It's a little hot for the May hoodie, but I'll put it on for that picture.
Get the hat.
Another thing
Oh,
that's
that's it.
about day 2 for the uni side, that pools wasn't streamed at all. So I was asked to like do the phone cam for stream for like
Oh my
interesting
God.
matches. I was that person. It was super funny to see like the chat.
I'm pretty sure you guys noticed, right? A lot of people have their little tripods.
Yep.
Their little thing to
Yeah.
record their own games or.
Oh yeah, I thought that was odd, but it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, so like back then, before like streams, everything was recorded on fucking VHS. Yeah. And then all those VHS tapes got transferred to like computer files. Like you can actually find like old Evo matches from like 2001, 2002.
Holy crap.
2004. I forgot where the file was.
order.
Yeah, you used to have to order like the videos or like the DVDs.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's how people got
Was
back.
Evo still called Evo back then, or?
So it became Evo, I think, 2001. Before that, it was called Battle by the Bay.
Yeah.
And they did that for 4 or 5 years. And then I think probably when they moved to Vegas was when they changed the name to
when it
Evo.
got too big.
Yeah, when it got huge. But yeah, like people always record this. Like when I was in my like prime competing for SF4, like I would have Rosie, she'd be behind me recording my matches because, it's so invaluable to be able to look at yourself from the outside and go,
Yeah.
what the fuck was I thinking? Or, oh, what the hell was I doing here? Oh, I have to fix this, I have to fix that.
So easy to take for granted. Every game has a replay feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta work on like a new gamer face because every time I'm up on stage and like the camera's on me, they're like, "This guy looks like he's gonna kill somebody." Like I'm so focused. There's like every time I'm at a major like an offline event, they always say that. The commentators always smoke me.
All right, so day 3, and we're gonna go with Four Face, all the way down to Marvello.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything to say because I wasn't there for day 3.
True.
It sucks.
Tell us about family time. What happened?
How's the airport?
What'd you do?
What did you do here?
How was dinner?
Well,
How's the air?
Did you actually go to the city of Chicago? Or
I-
somewhere around it?
like around it,
Yeah.
but that wasn't even that was like day 4 after Combo Breaker ended. But I spent that day with family. The 3rd day of Combo Breaker, I think I also texted on the Discord. I was like, oh, hopefully I can be there later at night. But I was having such a good time. It's like, no, I'm not going back. It is what it
Yeah.
is. Unfortunately, I had to make a choice.
Yeah.
I slightly regret it, but I spent the day with a super, super good friend of mine. We met online. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the chat. I can't read the chat from here, so I don't know. But he goes by Sticky Rick. And he found me through like my YouTube videos that I do, and we've just chatted from there and stuff. And he took me to, Chicago deep dish pizza place, which is amazing. I never had deep dish pizza before, and like, holy hell, it's so good.
Which place was it?
Lou something?
Lou Maltinato.
Lou Maltinato.
Great place.
That place is
I
dope.
liked it. It was really good.
The goat is Pequods, by the way.
What is it?
Pequods.
Pequods? Okay.
Pequods is the goat there.
I'll keep that in mind for next year. And then we went to Galloping Ghost.
How was it? I still haven't gone.
How can I even it's a lot bigger on the inside than it looks. Like, because I was walking there and I'm like, man, this place looks kind of small from the outside. He even joked, I was like, oh, who knows? Maybe it's bigger on the inside. It's huge. It's crazy. They have a Silent Hill, the arcade machine in there, which I thought I would actually never see in my life. At least not unless I went to Japan.
Yeah.
And go figure, it's broken. So I'm like, well, damn it. But they have like so many arcade machines. They also had the Castlevania rail shooter game. Unfortunately, I didn't play, but they had like very strange machines. They had the Quake Arena. Like, it's an arcade cabinet with like a mouse and stuff that you control. They have a Left 4 Dead machine. These are like Japanese arcade machines. Very odd stuff that I'd never seen before. This is obviously isn't about, this is a combo breaker cast, but
No, go ahead.
Chicago cast.
That's when Galloping Ghost is FGC adjacent.
it's an amazing place. Highly recommend it. If if you go to Combo Breaker next year, book like an extra day at the hotel, and after Combo Breaker, spend like half a day, quarter of the day at Galloping Ghost. It's similar to Flynn's, where you pay once and you have the whole day. It's not like the token system.
Right.
Free play, super great. Oh, they had an arcade machine of a game called Warlords that I knew about for a long time. Always wanted to play. Never thought I'd see it in my life, and I actually played the arcade machine Warlords.
Oh.
It's such a cool game. It's weird. It's hard to explain. It's like multiplayer Pong. Just look it up yourself. It's a very strange game.
That sounds
But
Rare.
well, I just realized I said multiplayer Pong. It's like 4-player Pong. Put it that way. It's a very weird game. Look it up. It's very cool. Me and my buddy played through all of Bonanza Brothers when we were there. That's another really cool old Sega game.
Jesus Christ, I'm looking at it right now.
What, Warlords?
Warlords.
It's weird. I played that long time ago on the PlayStation 1, and I found out it was an arcade game. I'm like, oh, I wish I could play this, but I probably never will. They have it. Galloping Ghost has pretty much everything. It's an amazing place. And again, like massive. I can't. Oh, and my buddy doesn't even play Guilty Gear, but they had a Guilty Gear XX accent core machine there.
Wow.
And I think we ended up going like 17-1 in my favor. And the only reason why I lost is because on the last match, my joystick suddenly stopped working.
Hell yeah.
So
What did you do to it?
doesn't count.
Hold that.
I don't know.
Doesn't count for him. No, I don't want to hear it.
Not counts. Yeah, they take a set.
Let the man breathe at least once.
That's I don't think I have too much else to add. I don't want to rant about nonsense.
Nah, you're good. You're good. Ryan, your day 3.
Day 3, let's see. It's top 8 day. It's a pretty chilling day. I think the only game that had a top 24 at that was that I noticed, because I mostly looked at the main side of the room, was Tekken. It's pretty chilling for the most part. It's just making sure people keep wearing their masks, making sure all the top 8s go fine. My big thing for the day was that was the day that the Street Fighter 4 guys had their tournament. It was at 2 p.m. 10:00, which was the stage that we were going to have our stream on. They were notified, I guess somehow, that I was like the guy who was going to help run it. So I was like their middleman for a bit, and I'm not going to go into too much details here because it's a bit of a weird story. But just know that there was a grand bit of miscommunication at several levels. So it looked like we were not going to get our stream. We weren't going to get like any of that. So I felt real bad for the SF4 guys, but Rick, is a cool guy. He's a nice dude. Shout out to him. We were able to get our stream. So we got to stream SF4 pools. We got to do our top 4. Top 4 got their medals. So
Nice.
tournament went off. It wasn't the best thing I've ever done. I pretty much took over that bracket. Wasn't the best thing I've ever done, but it got done. People got to enjoy it. Alex Myers pulled up. Tyrant, if you guys know who that is. It's a British just fighting game player, period. I had to wait for him to finish his DBZ top 8. Like, I ran to the back. I'm like, come on, bro, let's go. So I pulled him over. Chocote was there. It was good. We had a decent turnout. It's a bunch of I don't know any of these guys. I guess they're online players, but everyone's like, oh, yeah, I know all these people. I'm like, bet, I don't know any of these fucking people. So that was the entire top 4, and I was like, let's fucking go. I'll take it. So SF4 went off. And then it was just enjoying the rest of top 8s. SF5 top 8 was fucking amazing. I missed a bunch of KOF and Tekken. I don't really care for Strive, so I only paid attention to like grand finals, really. And grand finals fucking lit. She was actually kind of OD. But yeah, the grand finals was done. Everyone was leaving the ballroom. At the end of Combo Breaker, we always have a staff raffle, and the way that we do our staff raffle is we have like the prizes that are on like the table. 2 names get called, and the 2 people who are there have to rock paper scissors. And whoever wins the rock paper scissors, best of 1, you pick your prize. and the first guys to go up, whatever, they took the Victrix stick because we had a Victrix stick as
Nice.
as a prize. I didn't know that fucking thing was $500.
Yeah.
So I thought it was like 300 or something. So I like walk up to him like after he picked it up and hey, do you like live like close by are you gonna drive home? Because I was hoping that no, he'll fly home. So I'll buy the stick off him. I was gonna lowball his ass for like 200 because I thought it was 3.
Yeah.
Oh no, I actually live like close by. So okay, whatever, fair. That I look it up, it's 5. Oh fuck, I'm glad I didn't offer him anything because I would have felt bad like being like, yo, give me 300 less than this thing's worth. So Rosie won a pair of Astro A40s. Like we have another pair, so. Take that. My game of rock paper scissors, we were in each other's fucking heads.
Oh.
But then he kicked me out of my apartment and he set up shop, and I lost the last one, so I ended up not winning shit. So that fucking sucked. And then the tough part of Sunday is always saying goodbye to people. It was the first event back for a lot of people. A lot of people's first time being on like a staff that year, and I just want to do a really big shout out to everyone that's on staff. Rick, thank you again for bringing me on. Curly as well. Connor, Swan, Maddie, all the Star GG and like Smash people who were part of the team. They were fucking great this year. Alistair Dennis, who used to do Northwest Major, which I hear is a great tournament. He pulled up. It was fucking great. Everyone. I miss the entire Midwest crew. Those guys treat me like family. It was awesome. So saying goodbye to them was tough. And that was my Sunday.
Nice. Derb, your day 3.
I remember from day 3, it was I know we went for breakfast at that one place. I forgot the name. It's something blue something.
Cinnamon something.
Yeah, that's some good food and
Brunch.
yeah, some good brunch.
Yeah.
And let's spend the rest of the time just grinding casuals. Luckily, they saved a good seat for top 8, and I made it for that. It's funny, both Frosties and Breaker, I always end up being at a seat where I'm like, if you watch top 8 stream, you'll see me in the crowd, or whatever.
Yeah, I know that when I was watching on Frosty Faustings, I saw you on stream. I was like, that's Turb.
Yeah.
Randomly
so
spot you.
the Common Breaker one as well, but
We were trying to look for four-face buttons on stream when we was
So many
doing
mayhaps.
Strive.
Sorry.
When we was doing Strive.
Yeah, for sure.
But the only thing that we saw on stream was the guy just,
oh yeah.
Glasses on?
yeah.
I don't think they could see us, could they? That pose that we just did, the iconic one. Like,
But yeah, go ahead there.
later.
But, oh man, but definitely the top 8 was really hype for Strive, and
Minus the Happy Chaos Ditto.
Oh my god.
the Happy Chaos, the
The gun
the
wave.
double KO.
Double KO was lit.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I remember that.
Crazy.
That was nuts.
Insane.
Razzo.
Razor
Yeah,
was
I-
good.
bonkers.
Raza like fucking dodging bullets and shit like that.
Literally.
Literally with the backdash. I was like,
It's fucking
I didn't even
Matrix
know you
shit.
could do that. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't understand anything. And yeah, then I think we all gathered at a bar afterwards. It
Nice.
was really chill. Actually, I'll probably remember after I'm done speaking, but I don't remember as of right now. But otherwise, it's a very, very good time.
It's just a blur for most of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Omni.
So I woke up day 3 with a goal. I am dying tonight. You know, like I'm not coming back, and I'm making sure my crew comes with me. You know.
Oh my goodness.
That was on a suicide mission.
So, we wake up early. We go to this breakfast place. It's called the Wild Berry with pancakes.
Oh,
or something
Is that where we went?
Is that where you
Yeah,
guys
that's
went?
the place we went to.
That place is so good.
It was really good.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like waffles, and my friends got like the Benedict and
I got, like, a
pancakes.
skillet.
Oh, I got the Benedict
It's
as
so
well.
good. It's
Yeah.
ridiculously good. And then after that, Unipool, not Unipools, but Uni Top 8 started pretty early at like I want to say 12ish, like noonish time. So we watched that, and it lasted forever. Like, Uni takes so much time because there's a lot of timeouts going on, and there's a lot of defensive play, a lot of blocking, so it takes forever for it to usually end. But once it did end, we went to go to this ramen place. Super good. I forgot what it was called, though. But I really enjoyed the ramen. It was great. And then afterwards, we came back, chilled for a little bit, played a bunch of casuals, and then we went to this burger place that played like a bunch of like metal music. I forgot what it was called. It was Kuma's, I think.
Oh, Kuma's Corner.
Yeah, there you go. That place is pretty good. And then we picked up liquor at a liquor store, like 2 bottles of tequila.
Oh my god.
Came back to the room and we're like, okay, top 8 for Strive's gonna start. That's like the main attraction. So we speed run those 2 bottles and then went down to the stage. And then as soon as we like walked down, the double KO happened. And we're like, oh, this is gonna be a sick top 8 to watch drunk, you know? This is gonna be great. So that happened, and we're having a good time yelling stupid stuff at the screen, like, oh, this guy stinks. You know, he's like top 8 right now, yada yada. Top 8 ends, and everybody's leaving. I was hoping that there was gonna be an announcement, but there's no announcement, unfortunately, for any of the games. And I go back to the lobby, and there's like a Uni after party with like all the Uni players just hanging out there, more setups. And for some reason, they think it's a good idea to bring more drinks down. They're like, hey, I got this and this and this. And we're like, oh man, this is gonna be a crazy night. Yeah. I had soju, vodka, this coffee liquor. I forgot what it was called.
Oh my god.
And
Kahlua, maybe?
yeah, Kahlua. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Classic.
And then I also had that White Devil popcorn, which ruined everything.
Man.
Oh my goodness. Ryer gave it to me. He's like, dude, this is spicy. You gotta watch out. And I was like, whatever, who cares? And then tears started coming to my eyes. I was walking around like trying to pace myself. And then I gave some to my friend Silent, who plays like KOF. I think he made top 8 at DreamHack. Shout out to Silent. And he's also suffering now. Everybody's cooked. And then after that, we were like, okay, it's time to go home. Like, this is enough partying. So we went home, went to bed. And, that was day 3 for me. It was pretty fun. Had a good time.
All right.
Super drunk.
Marvello.
Yeah, so my day 3, Turb was hanging with me most of the day, so it's kind of a blend of what he did. But it was basically, like as the FGC veteran, I got to keep these kids, in check. And I got to,
Like herbs now.
And like I'm the one with the car. I always rent a car. I make sure, we got our plan set up. I'm driving everybody. So the first thing was like, let's get everybody together. I have to go pick up my friend that's like at the hotel across the street.
Oh, yeah.
Nelly, shout outs to him.
I hadn't seen him in years. He fucking said hi to me. I was like, yo, you're
yeah, he's
alive.
in NorCal now. So we got to
Yeah.
hang out most of the weekend.
Cool.
And he's one of the people that like when I first got into fighting games, I would play Marvel 3 with him like a lot because he used to live right across the street. So he's one of like kind of like, I guess like the people that like taught me how to play fighting games, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's one of them for sure. So it was cool to hang with him. It was me, him, Big Vic,
Yeah.
Street Fighter player. We were hanging out most of the weekend too. Phil Prophet, Turb. We all went to that, what's that brunch place called? Wildberry?
Oh, Wildberry pancakes.
So good.
It's ridiculous.
I had a
good?
maple
So good.
latte with, and like some Mexican style skillet.
Fucking
like
envious. I
incredible.
saw it on Uber Eats and I was like, I should do this right
It
now.
was so good.
It's ridiculous.
So a beautiful way to start our 3rd day.
Oh, yeah.
Then once we're done eating, we went back to the venue, and then we just played a lot. I got to see top 24 of Guilty Gear, so I was recording a lot of the matches, and I was just kind of spectating. I met Saint Cola. We were like kind of standing next to each other, commentating one of the matches, and I got to know him, and that's, I ended up taking a picture with him.
Ryan's a
Super
nice guy.
awesome guy.
Ryan's such a nice guy.
Super cool. And then, most of the day was just spent kind of like playing and then watching top 8 of Guilty Gear. And then, top 8 was amazing. The level of play was, for me, especially from like, Razo had like incredible, play, super clean, Tempest as well. And it was a lot of top tiers, as you saw in the top 8. You know, it was 2 Leos, 2 Happy Chaoses. You know, Nago, huh?
And a May.
A May. Is that it? Who are we missing? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. It was a good representation of the current state of the game. You know, a Ram.
Oh yeah,
you know,
Ram.
Cameron.
Actually the best Ram. I think he's the best Ram in the world. Yeah, I got to play casuals with him. I want to say I played him in 4 straight sets, and I almost beat him twice, but he beat me the rest of them, like at least 3-1. Yeah, he's insanely good. Yeah, so I was really impressed with his play. He's like some guy from like Israel.
Yeah.
He's like the best player. Like he made second at the Arxis Revo, Arc Revo, yeah, and also second at Evo, I think, where he lost to Leffen.
The Evo Online?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's super good. I wasn't surprised that he got 7th at only losing to Hotashi in a crazy set. The set with him and Hotashi has this thing where he like somehow clutches it out.
He's so clutch.
He's so clutch, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How the hell does he like come back and like win? Sometimes it's crazy. Super clutch player. Yeah, and then after we ended up going, creator. I met up with all of them. We were all sitting in the front together. He was like, I want a drink.
Oh.
Yeah.
We also forgot there was a Zato too.
Oh, yeah, Peppery Splash. Insane Zato. Probably, him, Marlon Pie, and, they're like the best Zatos in, North America for sure. Mm-hmm. And Jonathan Tenney, also super good. But yeah, after creator wanted to go drink, so I found this like Irish pub in the area, and I kind of gathered everybody together. We all went. We had drinks. We had food. Great time. This was after top 8, and then we went back to the venue, and the venue was kind of closed at this point. So we just there was a bunch of people setting up like near the lobby with all these setups, and that's where everybody just hung out till the. For the rest of the night. We didn't sleep. We were just like, our flight.
Oh, yeah. You didn't sleep.
Our flight was at like 6, 7 in the morning. So we were just like, let's just stay up and hang out with everybody. So, we were hanging out with like Super Noon and Test Your Luck and Creator and everybody. And we were just hanging out playing games for the night. And mostly just talking shit, Mm-hmm. And, then, we ended up, driving home and driving to the airport, and that was kind of the end of that. A great experience, great day. I got to play a ton of people. I'm one of those people that like I'll see a top player and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna play you. I'm gonna harass them until they play me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the opposite of like some players. Like I was like talking to Creator or like other people. And I'm like, yo, you should go play these people. And some people would just be like, no, I don't want to play him. I'm like, hell, I'm gonna go up to them and like.
Yeah, definitely. Next time I'm doing.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah.
We're doing that as CEO.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I kind of feel like nervous.
Yeah. No.
I didn't really get nervous. I was just kind of lazy. I was
Hell
like,
no.
Well, the thing is, I was like, I don't want to wait to play that guy. I'll just try. I'll play the more immediate.
A lot of people.
For me, it's a better
people-
use of my time.
A lot of people
Yeah.
I find will, like, players who aren't like top players, they'll be like, I'd rather not waste their time. And like,
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
That's how I am too. Like I'd rather not bother you.
Because they're players just like you. You should go out of your way to try to play them.
I mean, okay, but this is going to be kind of a hot take, but in a certain capacity, there's some truth to that.
No,
Like-
for sure.
Like, but I also agree in that, like, you should be, if you want to play whoever you want to play, if you're like a fan of Leffen or you're a fan of Super Noon or whatever, you should be able to go up and play them. That's totally fine. However, the other half of that is like, if you are like, because, like with our locals of Flynn's and everything like that, I get messaged a lot because I'm like a very helpful type of player. Like I help a lot of people in the scene get better. I always help. And I get a lot of people messaging me, hey man, I need help, right? And the first thing I ask, are you in Celestial? That's like the first filter.
Yeah.
If you are not in Celestial, it is a waste of time to play. It just is. Get to Celestial, and then I'll help refine your play, and I'll play you as much as you want. But get to Celestial first. I tell everybody that. Because at a certain point, I'm just going to destroy you, and you're not going to really learn anything. You can learn from anybody. So once you play whoever in the group. You don't have to play me.
Yeah.
Get to Celestial, then we'll talk. So that's where I kind of see, because it's also like I'm going to this tournament. These people are going to this tournament to also have a good time, to also train, And the only way that they're gonna get better is if they play equally like super high level players. So
the,
that's
the way I like to see it.
hot take.
Because I agree with you. I'm on both sides of that coin.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think for me it's a waste of time, but for them it's a waste of time. So it goes both ways.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is, where are they at in tournament? If they're out, I'm fine asking them. I don't care.
Right.
I've done it a bunch of times. If they're still in bracket, like if they're still in tournament, let them get whatever play that they're trying to get.
Yeah.
I don't want to bother that run. You know. So
Yeah, there's a little nuance. It's not black and white.
No, there's
obviously.
there's for sure
Definite nuance.
I just think offline's coming back, and I just don't want people to be like, oh man, let the filter of like celebrity stop you. Like, no, don't.
Right. Yeah.
They're normal people, even if you don't.
Yeah,
get the game.
I don't treat
Just
anybody
just
like they're like a
I
celebrity
mean,
or whatever.
that's different. Like you and me have been doing this forever.
Yeah, it's just a guy.
When Justin Wong's right there, it's like whatever, dude. It's Justin.
Yeah.
He's here to
Yeah.
play. You know.
Right.
Like
True.
it is what it is.
It's irrelevant.
But
The
for
only
everyone
person
else-
I'm like that with is Daigo. One time I was like,
I-
oh shit, that's Daigo.
Okay, my first Evo, my bad, small tangent. My first Evo, 2015. I'm like walking back to the main ballroom. Daigo walks right by me. I'm like,
Yeah. We took a picture of me.
Rosie's like, what happened? I'm like, it's fucking God.
Yeah.
Just fucking
That's what got a lot of people in
I was
fighting
so
games.
I was so hyped to see him. I was like,
Oh my god.
it's funny because that same tournament, you guys already know who Fab is. I don't even got to give that guy a fucking intro. I ran his pool that year for Exerd, and like he's there, and I'm just chilling. I didn't know who the fuck he was. So I'm like watching. I'm like, wow, this guy's really good. And his translators are like, do you not know who Fab is? I'm like, nah. Oh.
Fab? Wow.
He's
I know
like,
that guy.
he's like, watch his run. It's fucking OD. It's ridiculous. And whatever, the guy who gets out of the pool and his translator's like, yeah, he's like one of the best Potemkin players ever
Yeah.
across games. I'm like, oh, that's
Tur-
cool.
Turb is aware. Turb's a fan.
Fab is great.
Super fan. Yeah.
Fab is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met-
I need to watch him a lot more. Actually, I actually don't watch him very much.
Yeah. Me and Jamal Seto, we met Tokido and Daigo at an airport one time. We went through TSA together. And it's crazy because Jamal's Japanese.
Yeah.
So he was like our translator or whatever. We were like asking, I was like, oh, ask Daigo if he plays Marvel. Ask Daigo if he plays Marvel. Shit like that. And he would be like, oh, what's that? What, you know, whatever. And then Daigo was like, no, Marvel. Bad game.
He played it for like a month or
Yeah.
I forgot how long.
And we ended up taking pictures together. It was cool. It was really cool. Yeah, I could find them.
The subtle rope.
Him and Tokido.
Calling Marvel bad games.
Yeah. So that's my experience. Yeah. So.
Man, it's so awesome to hear y'all day ones, day twos, and day threes of Combo Breaker.
Oh, I agree.
We definitely got to go next year.
Hell yes.
We definitely got to
You
go
guys
next year.
should.
Great. I had a great time.
Until I see how Evo is this year, I'll tell you guys the same as everyone else. It's the best tournament in North America, hands down. This tournament.
Oh my god.
I just want to be able to experience the moments that you guys have all shared and whatnot, and then when I do go there next year, I get to have my own moments as well, and then just talk about it, and then tell other people about this is what I experienced from going to CEO. This is what I experienced when I went to Combo Breaker, because we do have people in our South Florida community that don't go to majors. And they get so inspired and excited when they hear that I've been to this major. So many crazy shit has happened. It's definitely the place to be if you want to get really good at fighting games, or even if you're just a casual enjoyer. Like I'm a casual enjoyer. You just want to be there and be able to be around people within the community from all over the world. That is the place to go.
Absolutely.
Go to your majors. Go to your locals,
Hell
because all that's going to do is motivate you to go to that next level. And then when you get to see the next level, then it's like, I'm going to every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so our next topic, what improvements can be done for Combo Breaker? This is also a part where you can mention your pet peeves. So we're going to start with Marvello.
Where Combo Breaker could be improved?
Yes.
Man, it already hit the bar really high for me, as it being such a good tournament. I mean, the only real improvement is that the casual setups should be PS4 Pro also.
Yeah.
That's really it, but that's kind of Most tournaments I've been to didn't have casual setups, so it's like, I mean, that's like an obvious improvement, but it's like kind of nitpicking, you know? Because I mean, generally speaking, I had just such a great time in general. I mean, that's where could it be improved? Shit, dude. I guess. I'm gonna say, you know what? I can't think of it. I can't think of any improvements. It's really one of the best tournaments. I wish every tournament was ran as smoothly as Combo Breaker.
Okay.
To be honest. Because I've been to some crazy bad tournaments. Okay, like that. The experience is not like that, but at the same time, you're just so happy to be around all these fellow like gamers and stuff like that you still have a great time.
Yeah.
And you don't really know like how much better the experience could be, right? Because like for example, like we talked about the different events. There's Evo, there's CEO, Combo Breaker. Back in the day, Combo Breaker wasn't an event. It used to be like UFGT.
It was UFGT, yeah.
And different things, and then the Midwest also had like Seasons Beatings. That was like one of my early tournaments.
That's a super throwback too.
Old events, and the events back then used to be just so much different. They were like in hotel ballrooms.
That's the thing I was talking about, is a hotel bar.
Evo is notorious for being one of those tournaments that the people that you arrive with are the people you're generally going to be with throughout the entire weekend, because it's just like so spread out.
Really?
The strip is like, it's a walk to get to places. So like you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna be downstairs playing games. I'll see you in a little bit. You'll get lost immediately. So people
Sounds like me.
And to add to that, there's not a lot of casual setups in my experience at Evo. Like, so that aspect of it, it's more like kind of like a vacation-y, like.
This year's the first year that we're gonna have casual stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
I'm so excited.
Because man,
so excited.
it's hard to find them. You'll find like one in a corner or something, or you have to go to somebody's hotel room or whatever. And the thing that makes Evo like awesome is like the amount of entrants. Like Evo has like, I mean, like you said it, like Street Fighter 5 had like 5,000.
5,000 this
Marvel
year.
3 had like 4,000, 3,000. Street Fighter 4, like crazy numbers like that. It's the world tournament, so I randomly got into a hotel room one time with me and like all these people. We were playing like the European like Marvel scene, so there was like Germany, and then they were all speaking German, barely any English.
Jesus.
We were playing Japanese players. Like that's the tournament where you play like a lot of international people, like
That's so cool.
African scene, like Jamaican scene, like tons of people travel all over to Evo, because if they could choose to go to one tournament, they're gonna go to Evo.
Yeah, it's always gonna be Evo.
Yeah.
Right. So that's Evo. So I'm still like on the fence of whether I'm gonna go to Evo, but I'm like leaning on yes, especially after Combo Breaker.
Yeah.
It would be the first Evo I miss. So in like a very long time. So I think I'm just gonna go. So we'll see. But yeah. Anyway, nothing to say about Combo Breaker. It's a great tournament.
All right.
One of the best I've ever been to.
All right. Omni?
I think it was a great tournament. It was very, very fun. But I do have one problem with it. It was the security check-in, right? Those guys.
Oh my
rough.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Those guys did not care about their job. What happened? So when you go in, each time you go through, if you have a bag with you, you need to get your bag checked. And like, these guys did not check the bags very thoroughly. I'll tell you that much. Like, they just flashed their light in. Sometimes they didn't check in the smaller pocket that I had and just let me go right through. But other than that, I think everything else was fantastic. But yeah, that's the only complaint that I have. I wish it could be improved on, you know? Better security is like very safe. Have us gamers feel safe and have that kind of security, you know? That's about it.
Derp?
Can't really think of much. I mean, yeah, definitely the security. I mean, I know just to not bother with it, I literally just didn't bring a bag in or whatever. I literally just held my hitbox with me, so I skipped through that. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm kind of what Marvella was saying with the PlayStation subs, but even then, I mean, it was grateful just to like have that many subs, like be strictly casual setups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also luckily they well, and apparently not a lot of people realized it, but like the Start DG corner had a PS4 Pro on it, so a lot of times before my pools, I would just go to that corner and just play on the PS4 Pro. But yeah, I can't really think of anything that could be improved on, really.
Okay. Ryan?
Reminded me about those fucking security.
Yeah.
Terrible people, terrible crew. Some of you guys, I don't think some of you guys were around for this, but when the Jacksonville thing happened, people called me thinking I was there, and thankfully I wasn't. But for several months after that, a bunch of our events, like Red Bull, we did the thing with like Blitz.
Bless you.
We hired a security firm out of Tampa. I always forget his name. Wupai, I think. Alex. He's a Street Fighter player. He just has his own security firm. So, yeah, we hired security, man. So, I mean, it matters to me. Stuff like this matters, especially in light of a lot of the recent events that have been going on in, the country.
Yeah.
So, to see these guys slack as fuck and pursuing the wrong things. I pulled up there with, Portillo's, a bag of food. We're not allowed to bring food in the ballroom. I wasn't going to go to the ballroom. I was going to take it to the staff room. So I tell the guy, because he's like, whoa, you can't bring food in. After he let me go by, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to the bar. I'm going to the staff room. He made a big fuss about it. The hotel GM was there, and I told the guy, look, man, I'm taking this to the staff room. I got to eat. If you want to follow me, cool. If you want to watch me eat, sure, if that's your thing. I'm walking away because I'm busy. I have to do shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to repeat all these things that this guy said, but there's a lot of complaints on Twitter about the son of the guy who was the manager for that security firm. Said a lot of outlandish shit to people, harassing women, making bigoted comments, joking about shootings and shit.
Oh no!
Goodness.
I can't speak for Rick, but per our conversation, I don't think they're going to be back next year. So hopefully we find a better group. That was definitely something that can be fixed and improved on. Those guys weren't good. I was a little annoyed that we didn't have the unified systems. It was awesome that Eric brought all the PS4s, but those weren't pros. And honestly, hot take from me, if Eric didn't have the pros, I don't think we should have had the pros. I wanted it to be the same across the board. I'm a big proponent of the same conditions being across the board.
Yeah.
It's important. I understand it's important. I'm still a competitor. SF5, I know how it's like. So the differences were tough. PS4 Pro is a really difficult system to work with because it overheats a lot. We had a lot of system issues this weekend. You tell me the thing that the stick is decent. It's not the first time I hear it. There's a lot of issues. A lot of issues with that thing.
It happened to Punk.
Yeah, and power cycling that thing is a fucking mission. The PS4 Pros are tough. I'll just say that. Internally, not much I can speak on outside of communication could be better. The AV group that we brought on, hopefully next year if they are brought back, maybe they can do a more diligent job because missing the ballroom opening by half an hour is a big issue for us internally. So that sucked. Aside from that, I mean, shit. How was food prices? Did you guys see
bad.
They were bad.
Yeah, they were rough.
I didn't buy anything
Yes.
there.
I didn't buy anything at the
Yeah.
Concessions are tough. Shout outs to staff having food provided, but someone told me concessions were tough. I just didn't know how bad it was.
I know apparently, was it Flash or Peter? Apparently got sick from the hotel breakfast or
Did
whatever,
he?
something,
Ooh.
something like that.
You
That's
got
tough.
food poisoning.
Ooh,
Oh.
Damn.
Not
That's tough.
fun to be sick on a major.
it isn't. No, it's not. That's just brutal. And then, I mean, that's really those are my main issues. The security one is the one that stood out to me the most.
Yeah.
Because that's part of attendee experience,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were there at the desk when someone came to me and said, oh, one of the guys at security is making me uncomfortable. And that's way out of my control, so I have to tell Rick. And you never want to be the guy to tell the boss something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it sucks. I had to walk there with him. It's tough.
Here's the infamous photo.
Nice.
That was the one that's at the airport.
Daigo.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
nice.
Good photo.
That's legendary.
Found it. I had to kind of.
Yeah, you have to go back in
really
time.
had to go.
You have to go back in time.
Yeah.
Warface, what was anything that Comeback can improve on or pet peeves that you got?
Yeah, if Omni wasn't going to bring it up, I was going to bring it up. The security. It was it was bizarre.
Yeah.
There was the first time I went through, it was like, yeah, open the bag. He shines a flashlight. Okay, looks fine. I'm like, oh, that was a little quick and easy, but okay. Other times, it was like, the guy's like, oh, give me your bag. Yeah, you don't have anything. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, very
I'm not sure.
inconsistent.
I'm not sure you even felt my controller in there, but okay.
Very inconsistent.
One time, I think it was the first day I was there. I mean, I don't want to like talk shit now. I'll just say this story and that's it. But one time, so the first day I was there, I went in, I did a bunch of stuff. I'm like, man, I'm getting really hungry. I got to go get something to eat. So I must have been gone for like an hour. I come back, and I didn't even recognize the guy or whatever. I'm like, oh, cool, you want to check my bag? He's like, no, I remember you. Just go on in. I'm like,
What?
I was gone for like an hour, and it's like, all right, whatever. Yeah, it just, I mean, you know, everything was fine, whatever, but it felt very odd. It felt very like.
It was a little too lax for my taste.
Yeah.
It was a little too lax for my taste.
I know that on the one hand, if you tighten it up a lot, lines are gonna form and they're gonna be long, but that's good. Like that's how it should be. You know, let's focus on what's important. And they had a separate line for like if you don't have a bag, you just go right in. You know, and that's fine. And if I noticed like, oh, this line's really long, I just wouldn't take a bag next time. You know, I just wanted a bag because I don't want to carry the controller in my pocket. Whatever. Like security, that was like the only big issue. Other than that, like yeah, I want more setups. You know, you were saying like if only every console there was PS4 Pro only. You know, but I can also understand the other side. That's a price issue. That's a logistical issue. You know. I was surprised that every console on PlayStation for the tournament was PS4 Pro. I expected it to be all PS4s because I'm like, I mean, Strive alone, that's like 1,000 people. And then they have like a whole bunch of other tournaments. Yeah. I just assumed like it was all going to be PS4 Slims because that's what's going to be the easiest to get your hands on. And you got to like provide a bunch of stuff. So that alone, I'm like, wow. And then on top of that, a whole section dedicated for casuals. If there are going to be regular PS4s, then it's going to be those. So it's like, all right, at least, you know. Ideally, there would be even more setups. Ideally, they would all be a PS4 Pros. But at this, like, I don't know. I can't complain that much. Like, I'm pretty happy with it. Hearing you say that, like, these major tournaments not having casuals really, like that not being a norm, like, that's wild to me. Here I am asking for more. I should just be happy to have what I have. I don't know.
Yeah. Normally, it's just the setups that the pools have
for the tournaments.
Yeah.
Right. And there are moments while you're at the tournament where like, okay, yeah, that pool's done, and then now casuals open up, and then people start playing.
Until like those stations are used again.
But as a result, there, you know, sometimes you don't get a chance to practice before your pools, so it's important to have like a casual station.
Yeah. What's the viability for having PC setups? Even more unrealistic than PS4 Pro?
Yeah. Expensive.
Mad expensive.
There's an issue with like everyone likes to say, "Oh man, just get the same bunch of PCs and they all work fine." And like that's just not true.
You're always going to have like
you would have to have more staff.
There was
The amount of
a lot. People keep bringing it up, and I'll always bring up this example. I forgot what year it was. Southeast Asia Major.
Okay.
They ran Street Fighter V and several of their tournaments on PC. And I forgot what big tournament stream was. The I don't know what the pop-up is, but it's like you gotta restart the computer. Popped up during the game, and it's like
the computer needs an update.
Yeah.
An update.
That's pretty fun.
And like stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
Like these are things that like that's just one minor problem.
Yeah.
In a pool of several little problems that culminate into something that's just really difficult. Hopefully one day we can get there, but for now it is a logistical nightmare, and every time people bring it up, I weep because I can't even afford to get a PS5. So. What makes you think I can get several computers?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's
and then of course not to cut you off, but of course you also have people that uses different controllers. So you're also gonna come into issues with that where my controller's not working with this computer.
That's one of the big ones. That's one of the big logistical issues.
And it's like people don't realize that.
I'm sure you know it's inefficient to be like, oh wait, okay, I won't have you play here. We'll keep moving players around. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah, it's
not gonna work out.
nah.
Yeah,
That's a headache in itself.
a lot of it has to do with reliability, and it is what it is. At least for the moment. Playing on consoles, it's very plug and play. It just
Yeah,
works.
just plug and go.
Yep.
Fingers crossed the Steam Deck gets better, and maybe that bears fruit somehow.
That's what I keep hearing is kind of like the solution, but
I mean, like,
It's not really
I forgot if it
there.
was Spooky or Art. One of them. I'm pretty sure it was Art. He was like championing the Steam Deck, and he got it, and ooh, the lag was tough. The lag was tough. But that's what I mean. Like, hopefully, that gets better. 'Cause
Yeah.
it is a little computer, and like fighting games are not an intensive thing
Yeah.
at all to run.
Yeah, no.
yeah.
So again, hopefully that improves, and maybe we can have a solution in that. Honestly.
So, do you think the Steam Deck would be able to run Street Fighter 6, the open world?
Oh my
I mean, if we don't go into the open world,
That Steam Deck's
I'm
gonna be a
waiting to
smoke
see how
deck.
that thing
Hold on.
runs because, like, for right now,
You could be grilling on that
I
thing.
think we're gonna run that on PS4 for a while until like, I don't know when the scene's gonna transition to PS5. Maybe when the first game drops, that's not
That's PS5 exclusive.
PS5 exclusive.
Yeah.
I think that's when we'll have to make the switch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really.
I am fucking fingers crossed. Please don't happen for a while. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone is.
Dude, oh man.
Yeah, it would be crazy if like Guilty Gear was a PS5.
Shout outs to Gaming Gym, by the way. They're ready. The guys who provide the setups for all these big events, they're ready.
They have
What?
like a bunch of PS5s if they need to.
When they were just there at DreamHack Dallas and their whole BYOC is PS5's up. I
Bless
remember them
their
sending me
hearts.
the picture of their fucking palette. They're ready. They're ready in some way, shape, or form. Hopefully we're a ways away.
Oh
Yeah.
man, with the USB slots for the PS5.
Yeah, they're weird.
this-
They're just gonna have a
One
USB
front,
hub
one
at this
back.
point.
No, one in the front, two in the back.
I
You
know.
might as well set them up backwards.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, we
Yeah.
we're so early in the console's life cycle. Hopefully they do what they always do in PS5 Slim or
Yeah.
whatever. And hopefully we get a nice, more streamlined and sensible design. Because this first one, I believe Sony just wanted to like stroke their dick a little bit and be like, check out our console, it's pretty.
Yeah.
The design.
Which I don't
Yeah.
think it's pretty, but I'm just going to, what they probably
Right.
thought it's pretty.
Sure.
It's memeable.
Yeah. So
It's-
fingers crossed they come out with something simpler. Like
fine ass paperweight.
Like, I like my giant fucking VCR.
Yeah.
It's great. It plays the Xbox games I need it to play. I'm fucking good. Every time I go to my boy's house with a PS5, I'm like, God, what the fuck is that?
No,
so tough.
it's terrible. It takes up so much space.
It is very cumbersome. That's
it's
also
not ugly.
another
Yeah.
logistical
It's
issue
art.
for small guys like us. It's a nightmare to take around.
Yeah, that's why I don't carry my PS5.
And like, it's tough to want to ask people.
Oh dear lord.
Hey, can you bring a setup? And
He's gonna
it's
get
a
the PS5.
Like,
He's gonna
we're
get the
not there
PS5.
yet,
Hold
where
on.
I'm comfortable going. Hey, can you please bring a PS5?
He's gonna get the Flynn's PS5. He just casually.
No, like,
It
look,
sucks.
No, it's true. It's huge.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I can't name another console that actually requires a stand.
I was just telling him like I'm not there yet where I feel comfortable asking people, hey, can you bring your setup and it's a PS5? Like
It takes
people are still trying to make 100 profit on this. So like, dude, like holy shit, I
just-
don't want to ask someone to bring something that could potentially get stolen
Yeah.
or break because
Idiot.
players are irresponsible.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's not the optimal way to play Strive anyway.
And
Yeah.
it isn't. It
Yeah,
isn't.
you have to play it literally in the PS4 mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god, I thought that was so nuts. I was like, really? PS5,
that's true.
PS4 Strive. I was like,
And of course, the USBs are in the back.
Right.
Yeah.
So where you have to connect your controllers.
Oh my god.
It's so dumb.
Is
just
was
put-
Street Fighter 6 announced for the Xbox?
Yes.
As well?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Oh,
I'm
it
buying it on
was.
Xbox.
Interesting.
Awesome.
I'm too.
I'm so stoked.
Yeah.
I can finally
If
play it
because
on
you know
Xbox
back
again.
in the day, the 360 was like
Yeah,
the
360
optimal
was the
way to
main
play.
console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Marvello probably remembers this for a long time.
And
I think
Marvel 3 as well.
I think every tournament was on PS3, and then I don't know who said it. I think it was the Marvel players first. They were like, Marvel is not as good on PS3 as it is on 360. So we started running Marvel and Street Fighter 4 on 360. Anime Fighters lived on PS3.
Yeah.
And that was the norm for a long time. I want to believe we only switched to exclusively PlayStation because Sony did their exclusivity.
Right.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Street Fighter at the time was still like the sacred cow of fighting games.
And then we were
crazy how much
forced-
the paradigm has shifted.
We were forced to now play Marvel 3 on PS4.
Marvel. Yes.
Which
Yeah.
was laggier.
Yeah,
by
it was
like
just
100
laggier.
frames, yes.
And like,
Oh, the pain.
you guys have adapted, which is nuts to me. But still, like, you know, like
And that game is hard.
the lengths we
That
go
game is
to,
hard.
lengths we go to, by the way, to meet reliable logistics. Imagine having to bring multiple different things at once.
Yeah.
Like the PS5 has that weird shape. Like, look at this. No, it's true.
No, it is true. It's
You recommended me the bin. I got the bin. I can't put 3 of those things in there.
Yeah, you can't.
They don't fit. I don't even think that one barely fits.
No.
You know.
Can't really stack that on top of each other, really.
So annoying.
Interesting note, by the way, just to show you how far we go for these things.
That sounds like the rich
KOF
man's
runs
Jenga.
best on Xbox. Runs best on the modern Xbox.
Yep.
But we keep playing it on PS4 because that's the standard.
Yeah.
That's the tournament standard.
Stacking a bunch of PS5 sound like a rich man's Jenga right now. Hell no. Hell no.
the most expensive game of Jenga.
Jeez.
So pretty much we're gonna have to start making that shift to Xbox.
Maybe.
I mean, I would say if Street Fighter
it's
6
just got a
does
PS5
play
too.
much better on the Xbox, I think everyone's gonna make
It's
that
got to be significant.
Yeah.
If it's only a frame or two, I don't think that's what will happen.
also
if it's
Evo-
3 to 4, that could be a thing.
Evo has a deal with Sony.
No, but that's the
right?
thing too. That's another big point of contention. We have the thing with Sony. They're likely gonna
Yeah.
push their system, which is fair. So I'm just hoping
about
it's
the
the best on
PS5s?
PS. I'm hoping it's the best on Play. I'm hoping it's the best, but
Yeah,
for me
PS5
personally,
Slim, let's go.
but for me personally, like I have an Xbox at home. I hate booting up my
the
PlayStation.
PS5 Pros are
I'm buying
coming
my
out by
personal
next
copy
year.
of
Oh,
Xbox. But for tournaments, I'm gonna get my PS4 copies. Which, by the way, if any of you guys ever want the games early, let me know. I still got the plug for fighting games. So
Gotcha.
I'm
We're
a
gonna
little surprised Sony didn't try to get the exclusivity again.
they don't have to. They're in a. It's not them that wanted it. It's Capcom. Capcom probably vied for that deal because.
Oh, really?
If you remember, around that time, it was 2014, 2015. Capcom was not in a good place.
Yeah, financially.
They
Yeah,
were
that's
really
true.
doing bad. There was rumors about them selling, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So the exclusivity thing for SF5 was to get money in their pockets
Mm-hmm.
to get the game out, and that's why they had the exclusivity there on PlayStation. Now Capcom's back on their feet because
Monster Hunter World was an insane
Monster Hunter World
success.
literally blew up.
Yeah.
RE7 blew up to
Yeah.
the MC5 nutted like
Like insane,
Everything after SF5 popped off for them.
Like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so they're in a significantly better place than they're at now, so they can do whatever the hell they want. They don't need to go for exclusivity deals.
That's a fair point. I didn't really consider that.
you know.
Okay. All right, and last topic. Overall impressions of Combo Breaker, starting off with Four Face.
I just want to go to more majors, basically. I don't want to be so nervous and anxious anymore. If I do poorly, it is what it is. Not that I did poorly. I think I did far better than I expected. Mm-hmm. But in the future, if like I end up doing poorly, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I shouldn't let that bug me. I should go and focus on having fun more than anything else. That's what's most important.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I just wanted to go to more. That was crazy. I'm going to CEO for sure. Hopefully, I can go to Evo. Just depends on how it lines up with work. Hopefully, I can go to CEO Taku. Hopefully, I can just go to more majors and more tournaments. It's a ton of fun. It's awesome.
All right, Ryan.
It was great. I can't wait for the next one. Hope we keep improving our team. And yeah, see you guys at CEO. Find me at the desk. See you at Evo. Find me at the desk. And I'll see you at CEO Taku at the end of the year.
All right, Derb.
Definitely some great gaming was had.
Yes, sir. Omni.
It got me very excited for the future as a fighting game player now that we're coming back to offline, I'm very excited for CEO. I'm running that side bracket there.
I saw.
I'm also going to be like TOing a little bit over there. And, just very excited to go to more majors and put more, experience under my belt in that kind of field, right?
Marvello.
Yeah, I mean, a great tournament. Like I said, one of the best tournaments I've been to in all the years. And it actually kind of motivated me a bit to really, really practice for CEO and Evo. Kind of before Combo Breaker, I was practicing like the last couple weeks a little bit here and there, but like not to the level I feel like
Not
you
to
know,
what
where-
you're usually capable of.
Yeah, so like it kind of was like a wake up call. Like, okay, I gotta, if I want to do well, which I do now, you know, because I've been doing all this other stuff, you know, like you know, art and scuba and all this other shit. But like, you know, the tournament season, like the big tournaments,
It's starting now.
It only happens like kind of in one season a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where like Combo Breaker, CEO, Evo are like really close to each other, and then throughout the year there's other tournaments and stuff. But those are like for me like the really really big ones, right? Yeah. So now with this patch coming out, oh man, I'm like so motivated to practice.
I think everybody is.
Holy shit! Yeah, I'm gonna really practice really hard because I want to go into CEO being like, okay, I practiced well, I did all I can, I tried my best, because I feel like I didn't try my best at Combo Breaker. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm gonna try as hard as I can and see if, you know, who knows what'll happen, right? So yeah, that was my overall impressions. Kind of like, you know, motivated me a lot, and it was a fun experience. I can't wait for other tournaments.
Absolutely.
2 days, June 10th.
No, June 8th.
June 8th.
8th for the patch notes.
Yeah. No, but you know the meme is June 10th.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like online and Guilty Gear, you know how you could change your display name?
Everyone's
like
playing June
half
10th.
of it is
June 10th?
literally.
Everyone's
The
super
real
excited
gamers
for
are
those patch
concerned with
notes.
the 8th.
Or the
Yeah.
patch itself.
Some of y'all gonna be happy. Some of y'all gonna cry.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Most of y'all are gonna
Okay.
cry.
Falls my knees or
Couple days. Couple days.
Yeah.
I know Herbs is out there talking about Jocko buffs by now.
Yeah, no, Herbs is gonna start winning locals. Watch.
Not to get carried.
Yeah, we're gonna start bitching about Jacko.
Yeah.
Man, fuck Jacko. She's so cheap. Everybody.
Instead of just him saying it himself.
Yeah. Instead of him dooming Jacko every week. God, Jacko sucks.
Praying for praying
but-
I wish he
for
could
non
get
downfall.
buffed.
Oh man, but Potemkin gets buffed.
The game's changed. I just want Chip. Just give me a crumb of buffs.
I
Just a
can't
little
say
bit.
anything.
Or
Just a
not,
little
just
bit.
not
HP.
Just
a
not
little bit
just
of
not
a crumb of
nerfs.
a buff. Yeah, no more nerfs, please. Every patch Chip's got nerfed for no reason.
For breathing.
All right, before we say our last thoughts before we end off the podcast or whatnot, this is one that's off topic, but since all of you guys are here and all of you guys are fighting game players, what are y'all thoughts on Street Fighter 6? I'm gonna go ahead and just ask that.
Ooh.
yeah. Who's starting?
It looks fucking lit.
I think it looks sick. Yeah.
It looks badass.
Yes.
People keep like side eyeing me when I'm like, I can't wait for the next trailer to be more polished because that shit looks ugly as fuck at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, so
Like,
I saw the
it's
trailer.
okay.
I saw the trailer, and I had like mixed feelings about it.
Yeah,
Because
same.
on one hand, it was like, I don't know if I like this graffiti kind of like urban look. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool in some ways, but in other pictures, like some of the animations look just kind of
Yeah.
janky, for lack of a better term. But then I saw more of the screenshots and the explanation on the drive system and all that, and that made me like really excited. Like
Yeah.
the drive system is insane.
Yeah, drive system is
It's
fucking
dope.
lit.
They brought back literally like something from all the Street Fighter games.
Yeah.
They got focus
Alpha
attack,
counter,
alpha,
focus,
you're like
focus attack.
parries. They
advancing
have
parries.
crazy. Like so, and I like the character designs that they're doing. Like I like how Ryu, he's like wearing like Goken's kind of like
I love that.
His sash.
his sash.
I
or
love that
whatever.
Chun-Li actually looks Chinese.
Chun-Li looks Chinese. She runs like a kung fu
School.
Or it kind of like
The girl in the trailer, by the way, if you guys don't know, that's
Yeah.
the little girl from Street Fighter 3.
Oh.
The little girl, yeah. They kind of evolved like the plot lines a lot. They're trying. A lot of people
Yeah.
are dooming on like Ken's plot line, right?
Yeah, because apparently it leaked that like his wife took the kids.
And he's like depressed or some shit.
Oh, I think that's
He's like,
Yo,
now.
He forgot how to do the fire Shoryuken.
some
But,
shit like that.
but like I find that to be kind of sick.
Yeah,
like, they're,
that-
like,
I mean, it's cool
involving-
because then it
so
has
cool.
gameplay like implications.
Right, it has.
It's neat.
Yeah, as a fighting game player, I'm like, how does this affect his frame data?
It's cool. No, it's
You
cool.
know?
No, like they explained how like so they were just I was reading some stuff on Twitter. They're showing how Ryu has some cool dungeon things, and it's like a natural evolution of his character because he's been trying to perfect the Denjin technique,
Right.
which is the fireball that deals stun, and now it's a natural part of his kit
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
because he's that much stronger.
Yeah, because they're showing on their official accounts like little clips every day now.
Yeah,
Like you saw the
they're actually going to do it.
shit
They're
today.
they're doing a showcase this week or the next.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
super.
snap.
So I'm extremely excited for Street Fighter.
I think
6.
it's gonna be great.
It's
I
gonna
think
be
it's
great
awesome.
because it's like honestly, Street Fighter has historically been like the most competitive game. A lot of the most players play Street Fighter, and like right now is Strive because Street Fighter 5's been out for so long. Capcom hasn't
Yeah.
come out with a fighting game in a while, and Street Fighter 6 is looking like they're doing a really good job. Like Street Fighter 5, Marvel Infinite. I don't know if it was because of Ono or whatever, but like Street Fighter, Capcom has kind of released a couple duds.
the bags were fumbled on launch.
A lot of times. Now, like
A
the
lot.
new team at Capcom, like it looks like they're doing
The new
really good.
SF5 team has been great, by the way.
Their trailers, like
They've been fantastic.
They've been fantastic.
The last series of Street Fighter 5 have been
fantastic,
fucking great.
great. Like so,
and that's
I'm,
the team that's transitioning out with this one.
right. So I'm hoping this game has amazing netcode, and you got some real footsies. Because shit, I cannot wait for these like 50-man locals or 60 or more, or who knows? Like,
Yeah.
because the competition is insane historically for Street Fighter.
Yes.
I'll definitely try to pick it
Yeah.
up.
Me too.
I never played
Same.
a Street Fighter game that competitively before.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I wasn't too much of a fan for 5, but I was a heavy fan for 4.
right.
I
Me
love
too.
4.
Yeah.
I mean, who didn't like Shoryu FEDC Ultra? Like, I mean,
Oh yeah,
I saw that dude, I was like, oh my
Dude,
god.
I remember practicing that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Me too.
There's a
Even
period.
casual.
There was a period in this scene's like history when it was just SF4 and fucking Marvel.
Yeah.
Just SF4 and Marvel.
The heydays.
Yeah. FR days, ZP.
You're either a Street Fighter player or a Marvel player.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And we were great for Marvel. I still remember the year. I was still new in the FTC, and I watched on stream when Florida won the fucking curling.
Yeah.
I was so stoked.
Which, if you guys didn't know, was Yipes used to host like a team tournament for regions for Marvel 3. Marvel 3 was so popular for so long
Yeah.
that they would get the 5 best players of a given region. For like, for example, Florida, they had Asia team, they had California, New York, the Midwest, and they would do like this high stakes invitational kind of like team tournament, and then Florida won it, one of the biggest years.
Wow.
So big that Aaron, he popped out and
Yeah,
he
he
took
was
his
on
shirt
the
off,
team.
and then people were throwing champagne everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just called him said that he looked like the party rock guy. It was crazy.
Who was it that? I remember
we all
that
won
year-
a ton of money too. I got like $800.
Who was it that year that
for that.
you guys held like a ram bat, I think, for like the last spot? No,
For the last 2 spots.
the last 2 spots. Who won?
Right,
those?
because
Adam or no?
Adam
Adam
and
and then-
Flash Metroid won.
Oh, and then Peter.
Yeah,
And
because
then everyone was like, "Oh, I'm not sure if Flash could play because his team was like MODOK, and I forgot who else."
Flash was like, I didn't expect Flash to get the 5th spot. I was expecting it to go to like Tyson or whatever, but Flash just came in and just bodied
Yeah, he
everybody.
popped off.
Except
I
for
remember.
Green Ace, right? But like he ended up getting the 5th spot. Me, Full Schedule, and Flocker were like automatically set in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Due to like how good we were doing like in tournaments at the
Yeah.
time. And
That,
so the
that,
last 2
was
spots
already
like-
after the job had won Evo, right?
after Job had won
Yeah.
Evo, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I was making like top 8 after top 8 like every tournament, you know. So
Oh my god.
yeah, at the time I was like going hard at Marvel 3, but yeah. So it was fun. Like I mean, we literally had that. It was like a round robin at somebody's house, and like
was-
everybody from all over Florida.
It was
traveled to
Stevens,
it.
right?
Yeah, it was like
Dude, I
100
would
people
love
at his
tuning
house.
into his stream.
It was crazy. He had like a 2-floor house. It was like packed. It was like one of those like
Yeah.
parties you see like in like the movies where there's just like
Project
people
X.
passed out and
Yeah.
drunk and everything. Stuff like that. It was a good time.
I love
Yeah.
those streams. I loved watching you guys play.
Those were the heydays. That's like I want to say 2015.
I was 16.
2014.
That
Nice.
time, yeah, it was like 2013, 2014.
Yeah, it was around that time.
It was around that time.
So
Can't wait for Street Fighter 6.
Same.
yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
good time.
Looked cool.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be fun. I'm stoked.
This game.
2023.
Yep.
Hey, I can't wait to see the GIF SPD animation.
Yeah, yeah. It better look like
Bro, it's-
potential
it's-
buster.
If it's not amazing, it's like I don't know if I'm gonna play the
So
character.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in Strive, but like in Street Fighter 5, when someone does a command grab, right, the camera angle changes because it's a special animation.
Yeah.
I'm imagining in 6, it's gonna zoom into his face, his grip this dude.
Oh my God.
Oh my!
I hope they bring back the spinning sound effect. I love the stupid goofy. I love that shit. It's so cheesy. I love it.
All right, so we're gonna have some closing thoughts, and we're gonna start off with Marvilla going all the way down. Closing thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, Combo Breaker was a great tournament. This podcast was fun. Thank you guys for inviting us.
Thank
This
you.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll join another time. And I'm excited for Street Fighter 6. I'm super excited for the patch this week. You know, I'm sure all my other Strive homies are eagerly awaiting to see buffs or nerfs. You know? Let's hope.
praying for downfall.
Let's hope that Nago and Ram get nerfed to the ground.
Whoa, not about.
And,
What about Happy Chaos?
Happy Chaos.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
the Ram main.
I mean,
Hold on.
I mean, Happy Chaos obviously.
Yeah.
Is gonna get some
Who
changes.
knows what's gonna happen? And that chip, you know, he gets like his Gamma Blade is unreactable now, and it's plus 23, and his damage output. We can only pray, guys. You know, so.
Yeah.
But he dies faster.
I'll take that trade. I will take that trade. If you give me like crazy
Chip,
like
chip.
teleports and new super,
No, okay,
I'll
actually-
take double
actually,
damage.
you know what?
I don't give a
Actually,
fuck.
you know what? Never mind.
Yeah,
Chip now takes chip damage from everyone's normals.
yeah, that's fine.
Oh my
If I
goodness.
get, you know, that's fine.
God, a Ram heavy slash would just take out.
Just
You're asking
run at
for-
you.
You're asking for a lot.
Yeah, I know.
you
I'm
know?
just kidding.
Omni.
Thanks for inviting me to be part of this podcast to describe my Combo Breaker experience. Combo Breaker is extremely tight. I'm definitely going to try to go against next year. And, I hope this buff really lets me feel more motivated to play the game again. I feel like I'm out of touch for Strive lately, and I really hope that this buff will, get me back into it,
Derp.
Yeah, I'm definitely very excited for the new patch. Definitely feel like somewhat more competent just in general in fighting games after Combo Breaker. Yeah, definitely can't wait for hopefully the patch just adds some new interesting things to just re-energize the fan base and make things more interesting.
Conberg was dope. Thanks for having me. Probably the only podcast I can come out for because you said it's not regularly at night. I'd only be able to drive here at night on a random Monday. But yeah, no, thanks for having me. Guys, don't forget, this Wednesday's Wolfpack, I think, at Unseen Creatures. Thursday, Strive at NXT. Sunday, right here in this room at Flynn's. Hopefully the patch is good for you guys. Don't hold your breath. Arxis is fucking weird. So- for a lot of you first-time Arxis players, just know that nothing in life is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Not even death and taxes with them.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was good. Thank you again for having me.
You.
Thank you.
Foreface.
Yeah, that's what people keep telling me is don't get too excited for the patch. We'll see. But yeah, thanks so much for having me again. I'm willing to come back next time. Whenever you guys need someone.
Definitely.
Like everyone
Always.
says, Combo Breaker is awesome. I had a wonderful time. It really helps open my eyes to how much of the world there is out there in terms of fighting games. How much more that you can do. I only ever played fighting games at home for the longest time. When I went to college, I played a lot of Marvel 3 with people locally there, but there were never tournaments. I was just playing casually, and I got a lot better that way, but it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started coming here for Strive. Well, first I went to Next Level before I even knew about Flynn's. It's like, oh, Flynn's is closer. I'll just go there instead.
Yeah, you're coming from pretty far.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
worth it. That's the best part is that I wouldn't do it if I wasn't having a great time. And I'm gonna keep doing it at least for as long as Strive is alive, and then we'll see from there.
Yeah. As long as you're having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amen
Yep.
to that.
Yeah, bro,
Right.
I remember when you were smoking me at NXT or whatever for the first time.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you beat me the first time you went.
Yeah, I remember it was
With
like
the fight-
I was like,
with
Yeah,
Five shots.
remember he pulled up and we're like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
He messaged me. He was like,
Every,
he messaged me. He was so nervous. He's like, dude, I'm like running late. Is it fine? Is it fine? I'm like, yes, it's fine.
That's pretty good.
Bro, and like every round was just like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, and first thing I was
Woods.
almost kind of salty. I was like, dude, damn, every single round, Jesus. See? And then at the end, I was like, man, I wish I had that fucking energy, Jesus. I wish I was that happy after every round.
Yeah, Dave's a passionate individual.
Yeah.
Well,
End of the day.
Yep.
And then I've never been to any kind of community like this, any kind of group like this. Like this whole thing is so alien to me. I mean, I've been doing this for like a year now, but I wish I lived further south. I wish it was so easy to go to Flynn's and Next Level and oh god, what's the other place? Wolfpack. Wasn't it at Lincoln's Beer
It was
Brewery?
Lincoln's
Yeah.
Beer.
Okay.
Now it's in
Really
Unseen,
far
which
for you.
is a similar place, but that's so far from me. That's probably further than NXT.
Yeah, they changed the location now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was a Lincoln, now it's at Unseen. It's
Yeah.
in similar areas.
I just wish I lived like further south that I could go to like all these places all the time, but like
Cries in West Palm Beach.
yeah. Or I wish there was something in West Palm. But yeah, I'm being hypocritical because I would also say like if you don't have a local, make your own. But like I don't feel like making my own, so
Venues suck.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's hard.
Absolutely.
I wish I had more opportunities to play locally, and
Hey, once a week is good. Trust me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
once a week is
We
good.
That's-
barely had that back in the day.
that's what I'm telling myself is that like once a week, maybe twice a week, if I'm willing to like really make the effort.
Especially during these times, or whatever, with the virus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially earlier on, I still was like,
And
just
gas.
coincidentally found out about this place on Facebook. Thank goodness for the first Flint's tournament.
Yeah, I found out about locals in general because I was like, oh, I'm kind of liking Strive. Let me like look up how do I find online tournaments. Oh, Smash GG. All right, I guess that's what everyone uses. Whatever. And then like after I won my first online tournament, I'm like, wow, okay, I actually won. Amazing. And then like, oh, I can sort by offline tournaments, and it just kind of like snowballed from there.
Nice. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
But yeah, this stuff's amazing. This fighting games are cool.
Yeah, and the Flynn's team, you guys
Oh, yes.
run an amazing, event. And also,
That's always good to
shout outs to we're very lucky. Ryan and Senpai, you guys really are pillars in we're so lucky to have you guys in our community because you guys provide a platform where we could actually go out and compete. Not many places have that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm blessed to live 10 minutes away from here.
Yeah.
Where I could just show up Sunday and play. A lot of places don't have locals. We have multiple. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
yeah, thank you guys for all your hard work. It doesn't go unnoticed.
I have a funny story because originally most people know that when I got into being a TO, it was a role that I did not wanted, but since more people were appreciative of how I was running things at Flynn's and whatnot, the stream and with the tournament, making sure that everybody was squared away, everyone has a good time. I was like, I'll do it. I'll be a TO. And that was literally back last year, January.
Yeah.
So for me, doing this has been well over a year, and I've learned so much because originally I was in the Facebook group, the South Florida Fighting Game Community Group, back in 2014.
Whoa.
And then I started seeing a lot of posts from Ryan and whatnot, and I'm just like, man, this shit looks so cool. I need to go to a local. When you was doing it down in Arcade Odyssey, I'm like, I know that shit's far, but damn, I wish it was something closer.
Yeah.
And that's when I learned about Versus, but I was working armed security at night, so I couldn't attend those tournaments. But I would say if anything, I got turned on to him when there was that Facebook group page, and I was just seeing nothing but tournaments. And at that time, I was playing Street Fighter 4, Mortal Kombat X, and a little bit of Marvel 3 and Blaze Blue. And I was like, I want to go to a tournament because what y'all were putting out, it was so dope. I was like,
Yeah.
I want.
And you know what's crazy about that is that I created that group right? But at a certain point, it was just like I wasn't like. It's just like our Discord. You know how I made mods? Like I don't.
Yeah.
I made it, but I don't want to maintain it.
you're like, you don't
So
want to do shit.
I literally made Ryan a mod, and I was like, it's in good hands now. And he literally like
Yeah, no, I fucking went off after.
yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I would
It's
like
just-
to.
That is literally what happened.
I would like to highlight two things as we close out. This is our first year coming back to offline locals, and it's going to be a lot of. Common Breaker was a lot of people's first major. I was at Texas Showdown this year too. That was a lot of people's first event. Period.
Wow.
So we're seeing a lot of new players.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys who don't go out. Like it's some of your first big tournaments. So
It's awesome to see,
it's
right?
awesome to see, and like we've been in. I'm not going to call it a dry period, but it's really tough to have like the motivation sometimes. And I talked to a lot of players who said they felt a rejuvenated passion for the genre after CB because like, how can you not? It's
Right.
Yeah.
you know. I remember when we were back at CEO, hearing the buttons click from the sticks, shit gives me chills. So I'm excited for this tournament season. It's going to be great. We're going to get
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of new players, and
CEO,
again, I'm just glad to see
Evo,
all you
all
guys
that.
coming out, and hopefully you guys keep hanging on to a game that you guys enjoy, that sees a good life.
Definitely.
And I just want to highlight, seriously, thank you. After Versus was gone, I was like, fuck, man, is there anything I can do for fucking Broward? And like, oh, there's something I can do. I'm not really close to those guys, and there's a whole scene lost. And
Yeah.
you've provided them with the space. So, Gerald, like, seriously, thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Means a lot.
It's shit. Guys like you matter.
Means a lot coming from you. Thank you.
Wow, it's such a good way to close.
Yeah. Waluigi, you have anything?
Guys, it's definitely awesome to have you here, especially at this time of night. Definitely awesome to hear your combo breaker experience, and definitely can't wait to see you guys at CEO.
Yeah.
Definitely going to see us there most of the time as well.
Yep, CEO is just weeks away. Well, not even weeks, days away, and I'm excited for it. Even though I'm
little
competing in
less than
6 games.
It's like 18
Are you
days away right
Wait, it's in 8. I can't believe it's so
Dude,
close.
I know.
Super close.
Holy shit.
now. I'm like right there. I'm
Jesus
not ready.
Christ.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
Oh my god, I gotta get the days off immediately.
Like Rosie's a teacher, so it's summer now, so she don't got to
Yeah.
get time off. I told my supervisor today, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna be here this Thursday. Oh, what is it? Work. Okay.
Oh my God.
Get your time off, guys.
Yeah.
I already did.
We're like right
I already
there.
got my time off,
We're right
so I'm
there.
good.
Before we close out, Incross wanted to say a shout out to you both, Senpai and Ryan. I think he's a guy in the Twitch chat. I'm not sure who he is.
Oh, in cross?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. In
Young KLF Lord. I will see you tomorrow, man.
And I'll see you towards the 3rd week of this month for KOF, since it's going to be the week before CEO. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to CEO. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at CEO. I'm excited. I'm motivated. I'm pumped up. And I'm even more pumped up for more of the tournaments that's coming later on this week. So it's going to be a good time. Everyone's going to be grinding and putting in some work. I got to put in some work, but
Oh, same.
yeah, either way, I'm in for a good time. I'm here to make sure that everyone is having a good time. And, you know, we go to CEO, we all make it back in one piece, and, you know, we're back on the horse grinding again and having a good time.
Hell yeah.
And thank you guys for joining, you know, this podcast and being a part of it. Appreciate every one of y'all. Ryan, thank you so much, because you can say that I kind of like somewhat learned being a TO from you, but it was just like I'm watching you, and it's just like I would like to do what he does.
I'm just glad you reached out.
Yeah,
It matters.
yeah,
So
definitely.
I'm glad that I could help.
Definitely. All right, y'all. Well, that concludes tonight's episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. Thank you guys so much for the follows, the donations, the bits, the subs. Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all.
We will be signing out and seeing you guys on the next one. Y'all take care.
Peace.
Adios.
Bye.